Honestly, it's impossible.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
I'm sorry. I'm not Tony Stark.
Haters want me clapped and chrome, it ain't easy. Chrome, it ain't easy. Chrome, it ain't easy. Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me. Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me. Haters want me clapped and chrome, it ain't easy. Chrome, it ain't easy. Chrome, it ain't easy. Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me. Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me. Haters want me clapped and chrome, it ain't easy. Chrome, it ain't easy. Chrome, it ain't easy. Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me.
It's impossible.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
I'm sorry.
Roll up the next blunt.
Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me. Haters want me clapped and chrome, it ain't easy. Chrome, it ain't easy. Chrome, it ain't easy. Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me. Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me. Haters want me clapped and chrome, it ain't easy.
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire
Comix Gate Commandos.
There we go. Well, let me get our guest in here since I'm already messing it up. Put the blame on someone. Another good day in the comics neighborhood over messing with. I didn't realize Johnny Scab was streaming today too. He's there streaming, but
it's got to be Scabcast 31 or something, right?
Right. We are like in the midst of a mutiny right now, so
really.
I figured, you got what? 3. Well, let me introduce yourself. Everyone knows me here. I'm the everyone's favorite friendly neighborhood doctor of comics, I guess.
Doctor of love. Name's Aaron C. I created and write Immortal Rising. In my second campaign right now, and I've got about 3 days, maybe 2 now. I'm not sure where the actual time is. So, time's running out. Immortal Rising is an epic fantasy mixed with dark themes. Think of like Castlevania meets Final Fantasy would be a good way to think of Immortal Rising. So it's based on 30 years of Dungeons and Dragons tabletop games, and I turned it into an amazing comic book with the awesome art from Jose Garcia. So if you like anime, if you like Castlevania and Final Fantasy or Dragonlance, that kind of stuff, you're gonna enjoy Immortal Rising.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was gonna say was that it does have like a nice, like the art style. It's got like a real nice like anime, like manga, like feel to it. And when we had you on the comics, the actual Comics Gate Commando stream over on Patrick's channel, and you sold me, that's what I'm saying. You sold me on the book. I was like, man, this is sounds really cool. I dig it. I mean, it's 2 days left. So,
did it roll over? Ugh, man, it's almost done. When my nerves are kind of getting tight, I'm like, oh no, next phase.
Right. Well, let's play the trailer, and
the trailer explains it pretty well.
I'll find you, Locutus, my creator. Okay. From your chaotic bones, I shall make my order.
Hell yeah! Trailer by Good Stuff Studios.
Congratulations, recruits.
I'm so excited.
I don't want to babysit 2 spoiled princes.
I need to make a good impression for the soldiers. This is a silly waste of time.
What? Is that my long-lost magic ruby? Empress, find my ruby.
Your will is my command, my master. We're invading Terra to find Balmain's ruby.
Go forth, save the innocent, and punish the wicked.
Yes, Father. I have an easy life. But is that all there is?
The ruby could win this war once and for all. Let's kick the nest and see what falls out.
Locutus calls to his creations for help.
Where are we?
What are those things? We have to get out of here.
Have the gods gone mad?
Yes.
The Bomanites have invaded Terra. Has the last shard of Locutus' heart been found?
The war cannot continue without the heart. We can't risk losing it if it's there.
You've come to the wrong place. Terra is under my protection.
Hell yeah. Yeah, dude. Issue 2 introducing a new badass. So it's going to be great too. So the way I wrote it was the first one introduces, a lot of stuff. So for some people, it seems like fast paced or maybe packed, but that's, the setting, which is very unique, a lot going on. Right. Like five different characters, it's because the main story of the main story of the main story is that it's, 5 strangers, very different, coming together, basically being forced to be together in a way. And they are sucked up into this god war and thrown on a new planet. and they have to figure out one thing, what the hell is going on, and two, they also have to figure out how to work together as a team. So the first arc, the three book arc, will be them figuring out how to work together to overcome all the evil monsters and shit around them. So yeah, and so with this second act being under my belt, the third act is basically a giant battle. So I'm right now in my mind, I'm like, I gotta get to the third one. Let's get to the third one. So, but yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, looking at it, I mean, it's just, you know, everywhere you go through it, like all the art is just, you know, it doesn't have, like, sometimes like when you get like manga art, it doesn't have like a good enough it almost doesn't feel serious, I guess. I'm trying to pull it.
Yeah. It's too cartoonish, right? Because it doesn't, in my opinion, you know, the faces are too round or something like that, or the eyes are too big, and then also there's not very much detail. You know, the manga goes on minimalism to tell the tale, and whereas this, I mean, I don't think Jose could do minimal if he tried.
He's just like, me think like Robotech or something, like the way, you know,
right,
old, where it, you know, like or like Vampire Hunter D, like he's got that kind of feel for his work, where it's like,
bro, I love it. Yes, that's the whole aesthetic that you know, that we're trying to play on. So in fact, the blue chick there, I based that idea off of the I can't remember the name of them, but they're the bad aliens from Voltron. You know, they had like blue skin and purple skin and all that shit. Yeah, so they're a reminiscent of that. Maybe we call it a slight homage, if you will. But yeah,
it's got like a bit of like, am I right in saying it's almost got like a sci-fi like different like planets and stuff feel to it?
Yes.
Like some of the planets are like fantasy, sword and sorcery styled, but then there's also
yes, it's very much like that. So the idea is that there is a evil empire that is ruled over by an evil god, go figure, and that god, the empress of the empire, is like that god's pope, you know, or popess, I don't know. So she is you saw that in the trailer where he summons her and gives her a mission. He's like, you know, my artifact I thought was lost, I need you, I think I found it, I had a vision of it, I want you to go find it, and you know, this is the last piece, we can finally kill the good guys and remake the universe in my image, kind of idea. Kind of like a satanic kind of deal, but
it's definitely bad guy material trying to remake
yeah, he hates his creator, and he thinks that he thinks it's too chaotic, there's too much suffering, and it's made wrong, and that he can make it better in his own image, really.
Okay.
And it's that grandiose, corrupted idea that sets forward this plan. So he tells the Empress, "Go, you know, go, my minion, go do this." So she takes her personal fleet and invades this, you know, in the story, it's like this backwater planet where like nothing ever, you know, of importance has happened so far, at least for the Empire. And yeah, they shock and awe it. And try to take it over, or at least try to find the artifact. Not really sure they're gonna, you know, try to take it over completely. As you can kind of tell as you read it, you know, they just send down some forces at first, kind of rough up the place a little bit, you know, turning over tables and whatnot, to try to find out any kind of leads on it. And then in the second one, because that's kind of left, you know, as a cliffhanger, like, well, what happened with that? So in the second one, we see a little bit more of that. We see like their shock troops. I call them the horde. So their horde, you know, is attacking a village, and our, you know, heroes happen upon it, and they're like, oh shit, you know. So
nice.
And then we get to see them. That's kind of like their first test as a group, you know, as a group together. So, and they also, in that event, they also meet the wizard of the party. So that's kind of cool.
Okay. Is like, I think I did you say that the lady that is blue, she is she is the bad person, or did you say
she's the evil empress for the evil empire?
Okay, well, that's
bad.
Because I mean, like that, she is just like so. That cover, like, tell me what it was like. Okay, because that's the first issue, right? Like the current campaign is for the second one, and I mean, we can get if you want to go through all this stuff or whatever, the bundles or whatever. But I mean, like the first,
we can approach this however you would like. So
you're doing the first issue, you're writing it, you're getting your how are you going to put it together? You're getting your artists,
yeah.
And you get Corey Barton. I honestly don't know like Corey Barton's art a lot. Like this is the thing that sticks out in my mind is like seeing like. What the hell, like that is what did you do when like was it like a file, like what did you do when you first saw this and you're just like that's the cover
Well, so all right, so I did my first campaign. It did not have the Corey Barton cover. In fact, here's the original book from the first campaign.
Okay, so this is the new cover. This is like a whole new cover for like
so this is Jose Garcia's cover for the first book, and in the back he did not do somebody else, but anyways, he did the cover and all that. But what I wanted to do was when I did the first campaign, I got a lot of feedback over the blue chick, right? She's only in probably 4 pages or something like that. And everybody loved her. They would talk about her, from the trailer from the first book. And so I was like, well, I'm going to have to lean into that. And, with Comicsgate and, and the general indie comic buying community, they really like their cheesecake. So I was like, let's do a cheesecake cover. Let's give the people what they want. So, and for Corey, I've seen his work. I have him and his brother did a book. I think it's Kozor. I bought that one and I really liked all of the art and everything in it. And I've seen him post things. And I was like, well, I got to see if he'll do, the Blue Girl for me. So, he was totally down. He's like, yeah, sure. Just give me some references of what you're thinking. And he did a couple of sketches that, I was like, now how about this instead? And so I sent him some like swimsuit model kind of poses. And he put that together. I was like, all right, now have her reaching for the ruby. So, and everybody's just like, oh my God, that's great. And it's so funny because I sat on that image for months. I didn't show anybody it until the campaign started. So actually right around this time last year, that cover was being created.
Damn. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like you got this. I get it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that was me, like it's hard for me to like remember like all the different, let me see if I can like zoom in on that. If that's this. Hold on. Cause I mean, that's what I'm saying. That is just, the cover with Jimmy too. Then the one for the second issue. I mean,
yep. Yeah. And then so I had that one done by Jimmy right around the same time because he was on my show. And I was like, dude, would you do cover for me? And obviously he was like, yeah, of course. And so he only does lines, he only does the line work and inking. So I was like, oh, that's all right, I'll get a colorist. And I found a guy who does colors for role-playing games, like professionally or whatever. And I was like, bro, and he was like, yeah, I'll do it. So, and that's was it Andrea Gardino did that.
Okay.
It came out great.
I mean, all your stuff here is just, just top notch. Like it does.
Thank you.
Were you writing stuff before this? I mean, I ordered the premium bundle there. I thought
nice. That's a big seller.
It is like such a nice like contrasting pair too. Like they go together, but it's like a nice differential. But like, did you have other stuff? Like, were you doing like fantasy stories or little comics?
So
people,
I guess my writing experience is I've dabbled in writing okay, so when I was in second grade, they had like a writing contest in school. I ended up putting together a short story, second grade, and that went in. It got me third place in the state. So I was like, oh, nice. And so from then, I kind of did a lot of writing for, mostly through school and stuff like that, essays and whatnot. And I'd win contests or awards and stuff like that. But I've only done, I've never written my own novel or anything, but I have done my own short stories that unfortunately I don't think have survived. But it's just kind of for me, just practicing and stuff, because I've always had to be writing in one way or another, or creating. And that's partially one of the things that has kept me playing Dungeons and Dragons for so long, is like, I get to create stories all the time if I want to. And and so anyways, how this came about was I'm terrible at taking notes, and we've been playing at my table forever. And so I'm writing notes down, and I'm making a timeline of all of the major events. As I'm writing out the timeline, those little events, I got into it, and it ended up turning into, I'm writing a scene, right? Like people are talking and things are moving and happening. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to have to actually write this out, or it's not going to leave me alone. Right. So, I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? Because at first I'm like, I'm just going to do it for me and the guys, right? Like, just the people who have played and are playing, and know any of these references that are made in the book. And so I'm like, all right, if I write a novel, absolutely nobody will read it. None of my friends are going to read this novel with their characters in it. So I'm like, I love comics and all that stuff. And really it was, if you're into fantasy or whatever, one of the first things that grabs anybody, I think, about fantasy is the art, the visuals, right? It grabs you, and most times doesn't let you go. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I want to see our characters in visually. I want to see our characters, and so I was like, let me just make a comic book. Famous last words.
I like it.
That's basically how that came about. But it's been a long ass road. Like, this story was originally written in like 2017 or something like that. And so and I had a artist from Indonesia, I think it was Indonesia or the Philippines or something like that, who did the first issue for me. And while I was waiting for him to finish it, I ended up meeting Jose, who was doing commission work at the time. He had done like a fantasy setting kind of piece of work that I saw somewhere on the internet. And I was just like, I randomly reached out. I was like, hey, is there any way that you would be interested in doing this project with me? And at that time, it was a 10-page story, which became the Knights of Locutus, which is a part of the, it's in the books. So I was like, hey, would you do that? And he was like, yeah, let's go. And he gave me his price and all that stuff. And like a week later, he handed me completely finished 10 pages. I'm like, oh my God, I was blown away. And then the work itself is obviously amazing, because he's got like a paragraph resume of all of the animation studios he's worked in. So, yeah. And it's just, I don't know, it's been a match made in heaven on my end. I love it.
That's what I'm saying, is it's got like just such a crisp, like clear style. And I mean, everything about it has got like just that professional touch to it, where it doesn't, it doesn't look like it's your, like the first book you've done or anything. And that, you know what I mean? Like, and you've got, you get down to here and you have like a whole team of like, that's crazy.
That's all of the years. That's from all the years of, slowly building this project up. So, and me and Jose have done a few different things together, not just Immortal Rising. We also, you saw up there above, the black and white story, and then also the Immortal Rising Tales. So the black and white one, those are ash cans, by the way. The black and white one was is in a anthology for Arrow Comics.
Okay.
And so it was featured in that one that was funded like over a year ago now. And then I had him do a cover for it because it didn't have a cover. And then the other one, the Immortal Rising Tales, we did that one again, a short story for Anvil magazine, and it didn't have a cover, so I was like, "Hey, we whip up a cover," and yeah, so I'm selling that as an ash can as well because it's like 8 pages. So,
right, damn, yeah, this is fantastic. Like,
thank you. Yeah, I took it as a compliment when I was on Mandy Summers' show. Well, it's Mandy and Shane, and Dale were there. They were all there, and then EVS jumped in like during the show and stuff, and they got to see my presentation and the trailer and all that stuff. And even EVS was like, you've got a quality product. So I was blown away. I was like, awesome, man. And then Dale was like giving compliments and stuff to the artwork. Even after the show, he stuck around for a little bit, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm talking to Dale Keown, So it's like during the show, I didn't want to, like fangirl. Just yeah. Oh my god, it's shit, and there's Ethan, and then there's Dale Keown. So I think I held myself together well, and then but after the show, it was really neat, and Mandy was such a sweetheart. She didn't have to invite me on or nothing, but I was like, hey, last time I was on your show, it really helped me out. And she wasn't there. She was out that time, and it was Shane was hosting and all that stuff. So I actually got to meet Mandy. So that was cool.
Yeah, so is that how did you become aware of of Comicsgate then? Like because that's what I'm saying. This is like your first comic. Like, is it just your? Yeah. I mean, I don't need to like put you on the spot or anything.
No, not at all. I am an open book. You're fine. Yeah. So the how I found about Comicsgate was, like I told you, I had the first issue done by a different artist, and Jose had done this 10-page add-on story, Knights of Locutus. And so I'm like, I can't remember. I might have had Jose had done the second book by that time. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to Kickstarter. I'm going to try to sell this thing. I go to Kickstarter and I get $300. I'm like, well, this isn't going to work. And so I was like, Jose, bro, where the fuck can I network and where can I sell this? Where's the market at? And he was like, well, if you go online, go to Michael Bancroft's show. There's this online community on Twitter called Comicsgate, and there would be, I'm sure that they would try to help you and all this other stuff. So I went and I watched the episode of Bancroft, and I was like, holy shit, these are my people, like the Chad and the lightheartedness and the hatred for, corporate media and all this other stuff. I was like, I found it. This is where I belong. And I just started watching CG shows after that.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's such an odd, because if you're already in comics in some I don't want to say professional fashion, but you know what I'm saying? You're trying to draw comics or write them or whatever, Comicsgate is the boogeyman, that's where all the greasers are, the punk rockers.
I didn't know that. Getting into it. But what's funny is I've always been the kind of outsider, the guy that sat at the weirdo table, the one who's the nonconformist. I don't easily fit into groups, so that kind of stuff. And so Comicsgate was like the island of misfit toys where I never knew I needed.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is it's weird if you try to go into other comics groups, you'll find all of them have some kind of thing that's their trigger or their beef with whatever. And it's, and that's once you hit that, whatever it is, then you're out, you're ostracized, and then it's that whole little liquor will just shove you away, or they'll all talk or whatever. And Comicsgate does that too, definitely. But you don't get kicked out. You know what I mean? There's nothing to be kicked out of. It's just
right. Well, you claim whether or not you are Comicsgate or not, and then you can just stop claiming it. Okay,
I got my money. I'm out.
I don't know why people are so hung up on they kicked you out of Comicsgate or Ethan kicked you out. It's like, first of all, I didn't even really pay attention to EVS at all until like my run-in with Eric July. And I happened to see on YouTube was some hilarious AI, making fun of Eric July's face or something. Like he looked like he was crying or whatever it was. So I was like, all right, let me check. I want to see what this notorious EVS character has to say about this jackass, Eric July. And so I was watching. I'm like, this motherfucker is low key hilarious. And I just started watching Trashcast. After that, it's funny as hell. So
I forgot you were the guy that like Eric came and he was like, I just funded your campaign. Like he gave you like $700. He's like, I just funded your campaign, buddy.
He was trying to big league me. Yeah. Well, here's what you should do. You see, what you need. I was like, all right, buddy. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to stop fucking avoiding what I said to begin with. Because at that time he was so third party going after B.A. Turner, and I don't pay attention to Eric July. Like I've seen him around libertarian circles forever, right? And he does not interest me. He kind of like, hey, he's into rap metal or whatever it was, and I'm not. Otherwise, like I remember trying to watch his show, and it's just like, I don't like his rhetoric. I don't like the way he speaks or anything like that. It's not appealing for whatever it is. And so I just never got into him. But I was randomly scrolling through Twitter and I saw him share what Comey was. It was like a retweet or a snapshot or something of something BA had said, and he was basically shitting on BA. And I'm like, wait a minute. Did BA say that? Because that doesn't sound like something that, he would say. So I clicked on it, followed it through. And I was like, well, he actually didn't say any of that. What the hell is going on? So I went back and I made a comment about it, and I think, I'm a little tired of when bigger names want to attack, no names or small names. And it's like, and then everybody takes the fucking high road. Like that's not a shitty thing to do. Right. Like, so many people after I challenged him and he was found left wanting, right? I'm like, I don't know. We went back and forth. Whatever I said or did triggered the shit out of the dude because he went back and forth with me for like a good hour or two in the comments. Like most people only focus on the first couple of he retweeted it and then he gave me a lecture, well, we went back and forth after that for a bit, and which I thought was hilarious. I'm sitting here watching my son play some, Tears of the Kingdom or something, and and this dude's fucking trying to just own me. Like, man, first of all, you are not a debater, so don't try. And two, you'll never win me over. So just again, don't try. But the main thing is he did whatever he could to sidestep answering the fucking question of where did he say that, Mr. July? What you're claiming he said he did not say. Where was it? And he would not, of course, he would not admit he was wrong. He would not stay on topic. He kept trying to move the main topic around, subject around. And I was like, all right, asshole, we can play. I'll play with you. Because his ego is so inflated that he couldn't let it go. So I was like, let's have fun.
Well, see, I feel like I always say this, but like the more I hear people give their experiences interacting with Eric July, the more I feel like it really is a possibility that like he does at least half of the like detracting and half of the stuff on purpose. Like he's trying to like create like bad comics almost. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to come out with just the dumbest take. The dumbest like response to things, and just in the effort to like to just stir up controversy and conflict, because I think that's how he views it. Like that's how he gets success, or that's how he is able to then because I mean he definitely has like a loyal audience, and like I think this stuff, I don't want to say looks interesting, but it could be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
but I don't know, like that. a lot of, like you said, the way he talks and like the way that his personality comes across, like turns me off of just the whole, like giving this guy money. I feel like I was like a sucker or something, like a dummy, like because he's just gonna be like, hey, I'm laughing now. I got that sucker's money, you know. Like,
it's because he doesn't care about it's just a product to him. He doesn't actually care about it. You know, he was like, he pulls in all this talent, expects them to make it good for him. And they're like, that's not how that works. You have to actually lead people to make the product the way that you want it to be. You know, yes, Immortal Rising is a product, it is a brand, it is all of those things. But at the same time, to me, it's also a passion project. I know these characters, you know, I could obviously I can type dialogue, I can speak for them in their own voice, you know, they're all unique. And I mean, I don't know. He just thought he could put something together and sell it as merchandise. That's exactly what he did. So, I mean, I'm not going to shit on him for all that. I'm not going to talk about the quality of the book because I have no idea. It never interested me.
Right.
And, you know, it just, I was like, it looked totally like a self-insert, which, you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
But again, it was for his audience and not me. So, I don't know. Good for them. You know, it's funny though. So after my interaction with him, you know, I got some you know, DMs and back and forth with a couple of people, but and even people that I thought we were cool and were in it for the indie scene and not for loyalty for clout. You know, they like walk away from me, won't talk to me, that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's like, well, so that's what the Iron Age is. The Iron Age is actually the Eric Age. Like, is that what's going on? Like, you guys were all just gonna, you know,
Eric Age.
What's that?
The Eric Age.
Is it not? You know, especially now, if you saw Razor Fist isn't even gonna fucking continue on with the Badlands stuff. So what does that mean for the Iron Age? You know, I mean, and let's not forget that this whole Iron Age stuff, and I'm not trying to just discredit and despoil it, because like I had you know, champion the Iron Age idea, you know, the hashtag. I've had you know, people on that were Iron Age on my own channel and all that stuff. So in fact, I'm still not trying to shit on it. I think it's, you know, it's just another marketing tentpole hashtag. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it was mostly originally for novelists. And then as people saw that there was traction in it, and I don't know how much I played a bridge, because I was actively trying to get Comicsgate people to also sell to the market of Iron Age. You know, it's just like, it's really unfortunate that things had to go totally controlled by the Friday Night Tight fandom and Eric July's fucking moron fans and shit like that. So it just sucks, because, and I hope it goes back to being about novels if it can survive this. So the comics people in it, I think that they'll probably kind of shuffle off into their own stuff. So
I could, you know, like I think one of the things is, I don't think that like the conflict between Eric's stuff, between the Ripperverse and we'll just say the Ripperverse versus Comicsgate. Not that there's not crossover or whatever, but you know what I mean? Like the same as, like, you know, you got Marvel and DC, Image and Valiant, or Dark Horse or whatever, you know, like I don't think there's any more customers where they just read DC, you know, like they only have DC comics or they only have Marvel. I think everyone, I've got like chats and stuff. Oh shit. I've got people.
Oh yeah. There's a couple people talking. What's up, Divinity?
I see that kind of with the same thing with Ripperverse or with Iron Age. You know, I mean, like more people making comics is always a good thing. You know what I mean?
I agree.
More people coming in, bringing in different fans. You know, that's fine if, like, you know, Eric's comics, he uses 3D assets, right? Whatever. Is it goofy? Sure. Are there other like normal like main companies that do the same thing? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like
but do they have floating elevator buttons? You know, do they have stiff people laying on couches? And you know, I don't know. It's just like somebody who made over $3 million on their first comic, and the quality, from what I've seen, not that I would buy them, but from what I've seen people showing examples of, it's very low quality. Like, can you imagine if Immortal Rising had, if I could be on Fox and Blaze and the Friday Night Tides guys touted me, and are you kidding me? Do you know what I would do with $3 million with this kind of quality that I have here? An actual professional animator doing my stuff? Are you kidding? It would be on, dude. It would be on. And this guy is like, I don't know. He's just like milking his audience, from what I can tell. Just like, oh, here's another tchotchke for you to buy. Here's a statue that nobody asked for. I mean, everybody asked for. It's like
every the Ira statue.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
or even this new gay stripper pole guy. I don't know.
This is what we need. I need Patrick here. I need the General Patrick for the Reside Drazzle Drizzle drop. I can't believe people stay first. If I ever say that, shoot me.
Oh, because Corey's been first.
Yeah, that's Corey. Go over to Patrick's channel. He is a good he's a good shot. So he might be able to lining up assassinations. It's fantastic.
Did you hear there was apparently there was allegedly a third assassination attempt on Trump?
I didn't hear it. I would believe it. I mean,
yeah. Apparently, it happened at the this Coachella, California meeting or rally that he had. I haven't seen a whole lot about it yet, so I don't know. Maybe it's just like, internet rumor stuff yet, but I'm sure we'll see in the next couple of days.
Right. Yeah, this is what Divinity is saying here. I don't think he intentionally used 3D assets. I think it was kind of a whoops kind of thing. I heard the wrong artist. Yeah, I mean that's the thing that I see with Eric is like, I think that if he were to accept criticism better, that would like change so much of his whole deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think having the conflict is kind of like his brand. You know what I mean? Because like,
I don't know. I think that you give him a lot of credit. I think he just wants things on his shelves. Like he's like, you go into the Pakistan mart, right? And they've got all this generic shit on their retail shelves. They don't care that it's generic because somebody's going to buy it, right? Somebody will buy their fake boner pills or whatever it is. That's fine. But, they don't care about the quality. It's just a product to sell, it's retail, and maybe he should run like, in the black part of town, they've got like clothes stores, and their homemade signs and stuff. Maybe he should do something like that. Sell braids. I don't know.
Sell braids.
'Cause I don't think art is his thing. I really don't see it. Because how do you let all of those things go by? Like, okay, you let your art director do it. And so you're going to say your art director, I mean, come on, man. You're not going to look at it yourself and make sure that this is okay. I don't know.
Well, if you don't really have an eye for it, or if you're just kind of, like this is just another thing, if this is just more merch. Oh yeah, the shirt looks fine. Yeah, the book looks fine. That's.
And I think his music is generic too. I mean, generic July. It's kind of like, he puts it out there and it doesn't have any like real heart. There's nothing, significant or unique about it. So,
well, now
I think his comics are the same.
He did. His new music is a lot different from his original music that I knew, because you're familiar with the Dougie song and the dance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was he was part of the group that created the Dougie. Like,
is that right? Was he in the boy band that did that?
He was a group of rappers. The Cali Swag Connection, I believe, was the name of the group.
Oh, okay. Dance his way out of the Dallas upper middle class ghetto.
But like, I don't know how you go from like that to doing that weird like screamo song that like he released. Was it a month ago?
Terrible.
Like, I don't.
Yeah. Don't criticize my comic. Yeah.
To be fair, he could look at it all day. If he doesn't know shit about comics, he's not going to know the difference, right? Like,
I thought he was a big fan. Oh no, he made a whole YouTube career bitching about Disney and stuff. And that's something on my channel. I have a whole intro to my shows where it's like, there's a demon of despair who's glad that these assholes are out there, is glad because it's making humans, all of these nerds, constantly live in despair. Oh, my childhood is over. All the things I grew up, Star Wars is dead, and Doctor Who sucks, and it's all the world is over. Marxists are taking over, and it's like, me. I do not say that. I'm like, no, there is good things out there. We need to make the things we want to see. And so the demon hears me talking like that. He says, I can't have that. He imprisons me in this dungeon, and to get back at him for that, I swear that I will interview and review as many indie comics and indie creators as I possibly can. And he's like, even the bad ones? And I'm like, even the bad ones. So, yeah.
Even the bad ones. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because that's what it is. It's, if you don't like that shit, don't watch it. Go find someone who does care about you. Don't listen to these assholes who are like, well, these guys just need to get over, the fact that Yoda's a fucking piece of shit now, or Luke Skywalker is a homeless degenerate loser, or whatever it is, No, you guys drove those characters into the ground. Okay, fine. Don't watch it now. Show them that. Don't go and give, rage bait clicks for people and give them $20 so they'll tell you what you want to hear,
Yeah,
sorry, I'm ranting.
It's something like there's the whole like world that I cannot comprehend. Like, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
What that is remember I told you I had a different artist with the original version. So I sell the original version as an add-on. It's very limited. I'm not gonna be making any more of them. I think there's like 80, maybe 80 left. And so the people who have bought it, they really enjoy seeing the differences between the two books. So it's more for like those people who have extra money and want to contribute. So the original version is $100. So you can, it's like, hey, I want to help this more. Here's $100. Great. Well, here's a never again edition of Immortal Rising.
Is that over on the add-ons?
Yeah, when you go to like you click a perk and then you go to buy, it'll pop up as an add-on. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, because that is great. That is like really kind of shows like that's fantastic. Like, the original art, is definitely all right. There's nothing like what I would say like wrong with it, but like this stuff is just like amped up. Just every bit of it, like you know what I'm saying? Like just got like more of a kick to them, and nice. Jose.
And so the original artist, he was an amateur. His studio was him and a partner who quit on him right when he started the comic. I was like, oh gosh, dude. When I gave him the first payment for some of the art, pages and stuff, he's like, oh great, now I can go buy a newer, computer to do better artwork on. I was like, all right, let's do it, dude. Like we're talking, that's how bare bones that it all started out as. And it wasn't until I saw Jose's professional look and and all of his crazy awesome artwork, I was like, well, I think I can actually sell this to a much wider audience. So I had him, because I told you I had the original one, and he had already done the second one when I first tried to sell on Kickstarter. So I was like, well, I can't do that again. I need continuity of art. The original artist basically disappeared in the Indonesia somewhere. So I was like, Jose, will you just redo issue 1, and then we'll follow through all the way to 3 at least, and then we'll see if we can keep going with it. And then we did a couple of other projects on the way, but it's just because I've learned a lot working with him. 2, I really enjoy his work, and 3, he's a hoot to work with. So
Is
awesome.
he on Twitter or something, or X or whatever? Or
Yeah, he is under Rad Tastical Core, and I tag him sometimes in my my tweets. So I think my pin tweet might have him tagged in it.
You think
so? If you want to find his, because he's got his own shit going on, you know, like he's in other projects. Like he does for Clownfish TV, he does their Crimson Wren, and he also does Tiger Blue. So
is it with an underscore? Red Testicle with an underscore? Is that what you said?
Rad, not red testicles. Think of fantastic and radical. Rad Tastical.
I thought you said
not red testicles. It's not how that works.
I'm like, that's the daring name. I like it.
Yeah.
Just immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah. Yeah.
Did it pop up?
Yeah. Let me show his little thing here. Do you think? I think he'd probably appreciate that to show his. Oh yeah, he's got a web page and everything too. Maybe let's just do that. Pull up his web page.
Like follow him and all that stuff. You'll enjoy it. If you like his artwork, you'll like everything he does. I guarantee you. In my opinion, he's almost like an anime Kirby. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's
nice.
Crazy. What's super fun is I'm trying to push him, you know, because like now, you know, as I've worked with him, I'm like, holy shit, like he's gotten better. And I want to offer him more
cover for
what's that?
Is he the guy that did the cover for AR-13 too? The Little Mermaid?
He did one of the covers. Yeah. Yep.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think he did that a couple years ago now, because it's taken that project a while to finally get printed. I'm not even sure where that's at yet.
Yeah, I just saw they said they should be going to press like shortly. Sound like it was basically wrapped up. They were saying
because they announced on my channel, their whole crew was on my show. Man, probably I want to say a year and a half or 2 years ago, and yeah, I've been waiting to see it come out. You know, the Sebastian and all that.
Right. Yeah, I'm supposed to have a fan art or something.
When you're writing your stuff, how much of a directorial role do you take? Do you just let the artist decide? Yeah. So with him, okay. So when I first started writing, you know, doing direction and all this stuff on my panels and pages, I quickly learned that was a waste of time, and that I should just trust in his ability because of his you know, decade or more of working in animation. And so what I do now is, instead of trying to, you know, oh, this angle and whatever, I don't do any of that. That's not up to me. And so I give a breakdown of what I want to have happen on the page. I tell them, you know, like basically this is what happens in the scene. And then I draw out or I write out 4 panels. I put in, you know, what's happening in each panel, who's in it, and what they say, and then he chooses directions, angles, and then the reason I do 4 as a base, you know, sometimes it might be 5 or even 6, but generally I try to do 4, so then he can go in and say, okay, we'll combine this, or we'll break that panel into 2, so it's actually 5. I let him make all those choices.
Well, that's like with these 2 on the screen. That's like page
right
13.
Here.
Page 14. So like, yeah. So like, okay, I think it'll work better. And it looks. That's what I'm saying. Is like his page here is, you know, like I said, just vibrant. You know, just pops out and like jumps. You know, like you're like beyond the fact that a little bit more.
When I started seeing his panel work, his, you know, his layouts and things, and his and his page composition. There's one of my favorite pages in the first book is this. It's this shot of the cleric Muhammad is like explaining to the newly arrived elves to the world. He's explaining, you know, basically the overall setting of this new world they found themselves on, and it's like it's like this horror scene from, you know, an anime. Like, say, if you mentioned Vampire Hunter D, it reminded me of that scene where the doctor is describing, you know, the history of the town, and like behind him is all this action, and it's like, and he's like horrified as he tells this spooky tale, and it just like jumps off like that. You know, to me, I was like, holy shit, that's perfect. You know, like his composition is just amazing. I love it. I love watching him work. And most people that read it, I would say most, but a lot of times, like the critiques and reviews and just compliments I've heard is like, it when you're reading it, it feels like you're watching an animated movie because of the way that it flows. Everything flows so well together that it's like, and it goes quick like that too, because you know, you have to go back and read it, not just because there's a lot of info in the first book, but also because just to catch everything in all of the art. You know, he raises it to another standard. I love it.
Let's see if I can zoom in. I got to figure out how to work computers better. Oh, there we go. I guess that's working. Okay. Yeah, because I just want to get like a better picture of just those covers. These are the ash cans.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
So these are,
yeah, and so the black and white one, I kind of give a breakdown of what the stories are. But basically the short story, the black and white one, it was it's like a dystopian future story where the world has basically been taken over by a bio nanotech virus, and the couple of the last humans on Earth, they go in search of a cure because the girlfriend is infected with the virus, and so the main dude's like, hey, let's go to the laboratory where it's believed it was created 200 years ago and see if we can find, you know, or however many years ago it was, and see if we can find a cure for this shit. And so they break into this skyscraper, and they work their way through, you know, the tower. They work their way into the lab in search of a cure. So, and things don't go the way that they would wanted. Put it that way. So, and then on the other side, the Immortal Rising Tales. That you can kind of see this like grizzled veteran magical warrior is he goes on a quest to or he's asked to save a girl's life from this cult of the vampire worshippers, right? Because the world of Terra is ruled over by provincial vampire lords, and so there's cults around that, right? And so he's like, yeah, I'll go do it. He goes in and he whips up on this cult, finds the girl's body, but her soul has been taken into the spirit world. And so he has to go into the spirit world to rescue her soul. And once again, things do not go very clean for him. And we get to watch all of that. In fact, at one point, you're like, oh shit, he's dead, you know? So it's pretty fucking cool. It's a one shot. I don't plan on revisiting it unless, say, in the future people want to revisit his story. So, because he is a character, I know all about him, all that stuff. So, I would love to write more about him, but you know, we'll see. I at least wanted to have that as a one shot.
Well, I like that. And there's these two, and what? And is there two more ash cans, or it's just the two ash? It's just those two.
It's these two ash cans, but I'm also offering the premiums. I cut those in half, and I'm making them floppies. So I take out all the extra art, and I'm just making them like 24 pages or whatever comic art, and then you know, trying to sell those. And I've actually gotten really good hits on the collected floppies because a lot of people like just opening the book fully open, whereas like premiums, you kind of like, you got to be a little easier with it because you don't want to crack the spine or whatever. And so, or they just enjoy floppies, you know, and you can get the full story in floppy version for $20. So that's 4 comics for $20, whereas the premiums are $35. So, you know, you get more art, pages are thicker, glossy, that kind of stuff. But if you just want the story, or you want all of the Jose art, that's the way to do it.
Okay, so that's this one here, the floppy Immortal bundle, $20. That's not bad. Like,
I mean, that's basically a cost, bro. I don't know how much cheaper I can make it, you know.
Yeah, I would have been tempted to put that at like 30 or 40. I mean,
sure.
You know, like not to.
So, I mean, smarter people than me would have. I'm just like, you know what? I don't want prices to be a hurdle. I get it. You know, we're under the Bidenomics and all that shit. So I'm like, you know, I don't want you to see this and go, man, I really want that, but I can't. So, you know, fine, here, take it, you know, because if I can get up enough cash to at least print it out for everyone who backed, and then also have extras, which so far I'm on track to having plenty of extras. You know, I can sell all those extras at conventions and you know, and get the third one made. That's the whole idea.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I guess to get the ash cans, I've got those are what I've got to go on to
the ash cans are I'm only selling those in the everything. Everything tier.
Nice.
It's kind of an incentive, you know. You get the shirt as a part of the everything box and the 2 ash cans, as well as the 4 floppies and the 2 premiums. So, I mean, that's like 220 pages or something like that for $100 and a T-shirt. You know, not bad.
Okay, I might have to. Yeah, I think I was probably like pretty high when I ordered this before, because I got the other one and I was like, $35 for all that stuff. Holy jeez. Yeah, I was thinking it was like the everything box. I'm like, I'm getting it. And I looked at it, I'm like, no, that's definitely not what I ordered. Okay. So I'll have to
sure. Hell yeah. Help me out. I mean, the more the merrier. And actually, so if you're a backer, we already hit the first stretch goal, and since we hit $4,000, we hit the second stretch goal, and that is chibi stickers. So for anybody who backed the first one knows I like my chibi stickers, and I made them rain last time, but this time I have more stuff to print, so I can't really spend as much on chibi stickers. But so in this one there's going to be a chibi of the Empress, because everybody loves their goth Dami Mommy. And now just recently unlocked was the Ogre. So
okay.
Those will be included.
In a chibi style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which is like a lot of the
cutesy
people don't know what chibi means. So they're like, how would you describe that if you were explaining?
Just like cutesy, cartoony.
Okay. I think of like that's like always like very like short and deformed, almost like like a Funko Pop almost.
Yeah, or like think of like Muppet Babies, right? You had Kermit the Frog, but you also had like Muppet Kermit, you know, baby Kermit. You know, it's similar to that. It's just, you know, smaller and cutesy.
I would definitely. And so the first chibi is
the Empress
version of the Empress. Let me
get
up to that picture of her. That's the main thing I wanted. So okay.
Yeah.
I guess if I just pull this, do I still have it here?
Yeah, and if you if you buy anything and you want the shirt, and say you don't buy the everything but you still want a shirt, that is offered as an add-on as well. So you can get the premium bundle, get totally caught up on everything, and have that beautiful shirt. So
excellent. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you all night. It is 7. Unless you're like dying to stay here, and
I'm having fun talking, but yeah, we can end it. But like, we got to get together and hang out again with like the whole crew too.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
guys are a blast, like the Comicsgate Commandos. I'm so glad you guys are doing this stuff. It's great. The branding and everything is right on, and I really think Comicsgate kind of needs a group of people who are flying the flag, just to show everybody, hey, it's cool. Come hang out. We're going to be doing the Comicsgate thing. You know, let them know that it's safe. It's great.
Yeah. I mean, that's, you know, I've kind of like told people this before. You know, like I was making comics like in 2011, just making my weird little, just the same stuff I make now, weird, like indie looking, like dirty manga looking, like it's all, dirty and gritty. That's just what I make,
Sure.
And
like Crumb and stuff like that.
Exactly. Crumb's, he's the dude.
Hey, do you know Flip City? Do you know Flip City magazine at all?
I do. I've got like they sent me a couple of their like PDFs, and I reviewed them, but I never, the people I sent the review to never like published it, so I gotta republish it on my Substack or something.
Well, so I've heard you talking about. I haven't seen a lot of examples of your work, but it sounds exactly like what they do, like satirical, cartoony kind of stuff, which is awesome. Reminds me of like Mad Magazine or Cracked, that kind of stuff. Cartoons, yeah, let's get some more of that. To me, that's like, what do they call that? Smash Mouth. That's Smash Mouth indie scene right there.
I can show you. I don't want to go too much off on like trying to just
like your own stuff. That's fine. I'm here to hang out. So just to let anybody know who's interested in Flip City, I believe this Friday we'll be having Flip City on the show on my channel. It's me, it's Jason Sandberg, and it's Craig of Soultac, the comic book Soultac. We co-host a show together. It's kind of like a late night kind of feel where we talk about 3 random articles. We make jokes, and a lot of times I'll do a quiz. Somebody else, Jason, will do like an investigative reports. It's all for fun. It's all supposed to make people laugh. And then we, like, second half of the show, we showcase the guest, and let everybody see their work and stuff. And we do that so that people can see their personalities, not just pitching a book. Like, they're actually there, they're joking and they're laughing and quipping with us, and people love it.
Which show is yours?
The Friday nights with a K. And you can find it on my channel as well as Mad Ruth or Craig. And I think Jason also, he doesn't have a YouTube, but I think Jason posts it to Twitter. So yeah, follow me on Twitter, follow me on YouTube as well. And because I post videos to both of those. We've had Bancroft on. We've had since I joined the panel, because Chris Faction of Nano 13 stepped down, I took his place, and I'm kind of bringing in novel writers. I'm bringing in tabletop guys. As long as it's indie, it's basically allowed. We just need we want to make content for people who enjoy indie scenes, and so everybody's welcome.
Is it the one with Mad Ruth?
Yeah. Yep. Mad Ruth, Craig.
Can we just share that, like his channel down there?
Sure. Actually, I could share mine. I'll just pin it.
Yeah. I don't know if you're in the, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's, like everyone has said, like, it's not really like the thing I look at with Comicsgate is that, like, as much as it is,
in the private. What's that? I'm sorry.
As much as Comicsgate is, like Shane Davis and John, what I mean? As much as it is them and defined by like the creators, Dale Keown, Art T. Bear, it's really more the fans. You know what I mean? Like, that's truly what makes up Comicsgate, because it's like, if it was just, if that worked.
Well, it's like if you offer it, if you offer an alternative to the mainstream stuff, and you give a place for indies to, like, a tentpole to claim, a hashtag. I didn't even, like I was telling you, I didn't even pay attention to the Comicsgate Kings until the Eric July stuff, and I started watching Trashcast. So I had my own channel for, like, I don't know, 2 years or something like that. I had interviewed, I don't know, I had probably 250 videos. I don't know how many different interviews of Comicsgate people, and I had nothing. I didn't know anything about what the Kings were doing. Nothing against them at all. I just didn't really watch the stuff. So yeah, exactly. When people are like, "Oh, Comicsgate's destroyed by this," it's like, dude, what about all these people that I've had on my show over the years who said that they were Comicsgate? Whether or not they do now, I don't know. people are getting burned out of the infighting. But it's like, let's not forget that, you know, this asshole threatened, don't forget the night letter. You know, don't forget the fact that he's beating up on indie creators like who are 2,000 followers and he's got 250,000. It's like, they just like gloss over that for some reason. Like, no, it's got to be the EVS is evil. It's like, I don't know the guy that well. I've not seen it I have not seen it, in action, so I can't say that's a real thing,
Yeah, no, I have noticed that's what I think is like fascinating about Ethan is that like he draws so much just heat, just constant. Like there's something about him that just drives them all insane, and that's the fun. That's like him playing off of that. I think is like how you're saying. He is like a funny show, like a showman.
He's like he plays it so like a straight man. He plays it so straight most of the time that it makes all the crazy chaos around indie comics and him in particular even funnier. It just makes it really funny. I'm not sure everybody gets it. I'm not sure everybody's in on it. So what's this that you're showing? This all this stuff, No Legs and
so No Leg. That's the one I did. 12 back in 2012. That's what I'm saying. Like it's all just kind of dirty manga. It's inspired by a guy that used to live in my town that had his legs cut off. Right. He had.
Oh shit.
The story was that he tried to end himself one night by laying in front of the train, and he failed, but he did remove his legs in the process. So,
oh shit,
it was very odd. Yeah. Oh. That's what I'm saying. Like growing up in town, like as a kid, I remember like seeing him like driving around his whole thing, and people would be like, "Yeah, that's," they'd always like talk.
Why? Why would he do that? Oh my god.
Yeah, it was. Well, I talked to later. I worked with a guy at a pizza shop that had known him, and he was I don't know if he was joking or not, because he said that they all called him Choo Choo afterwards. Like that seemed kind of
that's rough. Talk about not letting it go. Like, don't remind me. Yeah, there's trains in my town too, and I've heard about when I was growing up. I heard stories about like kids who try to train hop, and whoops, lost a leg. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, why would you even fuck around on a train, moron?
Yeah, it never appealed to me to. I mean, I guess I did hop over trains sometimes, but
never did. I don't know.
But not. That was when I was older and not a kid, so less to lose. But well, if I get hit, then I won't have to go and work third shift today. Okay, I'll be fine. But
must have been before kids.
So that was from 2012, where when I first started, right? And then Let Us Get is my current thing that I'm working on, and this is, I call it an ash can. It's just like a couple like random pages that like I kind of threw together, and trying to print it just did not work today on the printer. Well, not today, but like last month, it didn't work. There was some sort of I think it's like the printer didn't update to like the new Windows or whatever, and I tried to like get my old computer that was still in sync, like Windows 10, and it was and it was all like last minute, so it was just.
What's the story of this Let Us Get? What is that about? Because that blonde chick reminds me of what's it? A Sam Keith book.
The Max.
The Max, yeah, it reminds me of the chick from the Max.
Oh look, we got.
Hey, what's up, Mindy?
Ethan goes through
cycle of burning a new creator about every 2 months, and then capitalizing on the hate algorithms. That's why he's hated. He's made a living being a troll. Yeah, I don't know. Does he burn new creators? I haven't seen that yet. Maybe I'll keep watching.
He's like I said, he draws like controversy. He's a good, I'm not saying I want to go move in with him or anything, but
yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not friends. I'm not trying to defend him. You know, he's his own man and all that other shit. Like, you know, I'm not gonna white knight him. Like, I'm not a ripetard. So, or what is it? EVS tard? I don't know. What would you call that?
Ethan Simps, Ethan Van
Yeah.
Simps.
Yeah.
Many of those who are newer, smaller indie creators who were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's funny that she says that because my comic here, Let Us Get, is actually the story of someone in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's in fact, it's an autobio about, so it's about me, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Are you the chick or the demon?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I actually happened to witness a horrific crime years ago in New Orleans, which was called the Goth. What do they call it? The Goth Hotel cult murder, or Goth, you know, like
shit.
Yeah, it was a horrible, like definitely like a horrible crime, you know.
Yeah,
and definitely that I didn't do. Like it was, you know, it was these people, and it is the story of that. You know, they're explaining what happened. You know, there's a TV episode about it on one of the crime shows and whatnot. And, you know, I mean, it is like, that's what I'm saying. It's like when I was down there, when I was leaving, when I got out of the jail, you know, I was in jail for it and everything. I was charged with murder.
Damn.
You know, they don't take it. They don't let you slide too much when there's like a dead body. Like that's really
right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I was not guilty, and I was.
So I don't understand. How does that work? You were caught up in like a cult, or like just some bad people? You happened upon this, or what? How'd that happen?
I was at. Well, I'm giving away the story now.
Oh well, don't.
No, I was a goth myself at the time in New Orleans, and I had just moved there. I was a chef, you know, had like an actual life and whatnot, and went to the goth club.
Yeah,
girls invite me to go along with them to a party, and everything changed. So
yeah. It sounds sweaty with makeup and black leather.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically it. So, but that's what I'm saying. It's you know, it's an odd story. It's not like I said, when I left, like I said, when I left was when Hurricane Katrina had hit. So like I was there and saw just, you know, the utter just devastation from Katrina. I mean, bodies were still floating in the water when we were getting evacuated. You know what I mean? So it's like I see like all the stuff now with what was it? Hubert? Helene Hubert.
Yeah.
Helene
Hubert.
Like it's horrible. Like seeing houses floating away and stuff, all that. Like you know, that's what I'm saying. Anytime it's like hurricane season, I'm always like, oh, that's horrible. Like I always feel
it's so crazy. Like if you listen to like locals talking about it, you know, they'll be like, there's bodies in the trees. Meanwhile, it's like it's 200 people died, maybe. You know, it's like someone's not saying it right. I don't know who. Should I listen to the local who looks traumatized, who's saying that there's bodies floating, like babies floating in rivers, or like should I listen to the fancy graphics, makeup wearing New Yorker in a suit? You know, I don't know. I'll think about it.
Yeah, so you get exactly what I'm saying. It's seeing this always play out, because I mean the same thing happened back in New Orleans, right? When that was the big thing with Kanye, right?
Right.
Him and
George Bush don't like black people. It's like, okay, does that mean that Biden don't like white people?
Yes.
Are we only saying that only black people lived in New Orleans? I don't know. It's so dumb. Oh. Logic does not apply to politics. I know that.
See, Divinity gets it. It's how many parties have you walked out of and gone to, come out with murder charges?
Hey, I get it. Yeah, I mean, so in the 90s, I lived in a like an old Victorian mansion that was real beat up and shit, and you know, people like it was a bit of a party house, and it got nicknamed the Maryland Mansion because it was all like, it was kind of spooky, and we partied a lot. So yeah.
Nice.
I'm with you on the whole goth scene in the 90s, early 2000s. Yeah.
Well, so like my reason to put it all out there too is like is like I want to kind of do something against I use my real name. That's what I'm saying. Like I used a fake name for when I first started, but I use my real name now. I don't care. I'm done. But
fuck it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the guy who did it, like he claimed to be a Satanist, and that it was a satanic sacrifice was the reason he had done the murder.
Boring.
So, he was an odd fella, but was a man of his word. He did testify in my behalf. But I don't want to give it all away. That's what I'm saying. Like there is, it is a whole
the whole chapter of your life. And I'm not saying that that's boring. I'm just saying that people who come up with the ideology, I'm a Satanist. No, you're a Christian who wants to defy his dad or whatever, like that's all that is.
Exactly. That's the danger though, is that kids look at it, teenagers, the edge lords and everything. I worship Satan. Hell yeah. The devil is cool. And it's, that's a whole aspect of it, but there is like a whole actual, like disgusting, like underbelly of reality where there are people that do believe this. Irregardless, not trying to convince people of the supernatural or divinity or anything, but like, even if you don't believe in that, there are people that do.
Yeah. Well, look at Crowley. Like he created this whole persona, completely trying to invert against God, right? Called himself the Beast and whatnot, and he did such horrific things as an act against natural creation, right? Like all of the sexual abuse and any like eating feces or whatever. Like he's doing those things to mock the creation, right? And that is if you want to, like, gross. First of all, like, I don't know, man. What kind of karma do you think that fucking brings up? When you actively abuse, hurt, manipulate, twist everything and anything that you touch, that's terrible. I would never want to live that way.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. It's like, I want to use what I can, use my story at least to do. If it doesn't matter to people, that's fine. Like, I'm not like, what I'm saying? Like, I'm not looking at it like this is my ticket to the top.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna be on Broadway,
No, like I was saying earlier, like when a story, as a writer, when a story won't leave you alone, you have to write it down. You have to get it out of your system. And so I totally understand that. That's something that you went through. You think it would be interesting for other people to read, and it's good. It's cathartic for you. It's pressure release, and that's important,
right? Well, that's what I'm saying too. Is that like that was definitely being in jail. You pray. That's when a lot of people find their faith or whatever, right?
Sure.
I prayed consistently that the fellow, well, his street name. Yes, he had a street name too. They were gutter punks, is what they were. So
okay.
Worry eventually converted, took responsibility. That's what I'm saying. Like it all, like everything that I prayed for like happened in like to me, I felt like very uncanny ways. And like, maybe people will just be like, you're crazy. That's not weird how that happened. Or they'll agree.
Well,
like it's just the story. I got to tell it. If I don't, I think people could look at me and be like, well, why is he hiding from this? Why doesn't he never talked about this?
About it.
Did you know that Dr.Ben, the one making the creepy comic books, it turns out.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's what I'm saying too. Like, get ahead of,
Well, and not only that, but like, those with eyes to see understand. And the ones that can't won't anyways. So you're fine.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, like think of like somebody with their basic evil love of pornography and titties and pentagrams. Hopefully they see that. They're like, oh man, I want to check that out. And they'll pick it up and then eventually be touched by the message of the saving power of Christ.
Please, Jesus, don't touch me. No, I hear what you're saying. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, at least you're pushing something good, you know. Whatever happened to that dude? He's like life in prison then, or what?
Yeah, he pled guilty and then
was just owned up to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was bizarre. Like he was literally like wrote a letter to the judge, the DA, and all that. Like I remember like talking with the DA, and they're just like they were like stunned. It was bizarre. Like every aspect of this thing had been, you know, just a bizarre case, anyways. Like
I wonder what he thinks he got out of that. Like, did he ever say what he felt that he was getting as payment or like reward or something? Anything?
It was, you know, specifically he said, you know, that he was a Satanist, but also specifically that he was serving bail. So somehow I felt that would gain him favor with them, or
from jail. Like, what's he supposed to do from jail? You know, I don't know.
And
I don't think he thought it through very well.
It's all the story. Where would be the most goth place that you could get arrested at besides the goth club?
Cemetery.
Denny's. That's where.
Because he had the black trench on. He had the black makeup, the lipstick on. Right? Wait. So to quote the Crow, you said that he was a gang, right? So did he have a Jolly Pirate nickname? What was it?
It was Worry. That was his nickname, was Worry.
I see.
And then the girl's nickname was Never. She is still alive. He passed away in 2013, I believe.
Huh.
Said that he committed suicide, but
well,
you know, yeah.
Well, Bill took his prize, I guess. Tortured soul that sacrificed himself to him. Awesome.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like he did, like, that was part of like his what do you call it? Repentance or whatever, I guess. You know, like his like pleading guilt, like, yeah, I did it. I'm gonna take the rap. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the first time I met him in the jail, he got extradited and everything.
Did he have remorse? Did he say, "Oh, I got played," or anything like that, or was he like defiant till the end? You know, like pentagrams on his hand. You know, like Ramirez.
No. See, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't even like defiant. Like he was just kind of just a normal guy now. Just
got it out of my system.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. But well, that's what I'm saying. It's like the first thing he says, we're both going to court in our hearing or whatever. And he's like, "Look, I'm sorry I got you mixed up in this, but I'm gonna do whatever I can to get you out."
Whoa.
I'm like, oh sure. I'm not going to be in the same room with you though. Like, I hope you understand that. Like, you're a murderer guy, and I've already told the cops everything. Like an idiot. Like,
well,
you know, like,
yeah. I mean, and you should have, and it worked out right. So,
yeah.
But oof, I can't imagine that. That's like, holy shit. I thought I've had some rough times. I've never been accused or charged with murder or anything. So, holy shit, bud.
It is a bit. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not for everyone. Obviously, the comic, the description, all of it. You know, this is just the preview, the ash can. I'm gonna run a small like crowdfund for it.
It's gritty. It's gritty as fuck, dude. That's cool.
That is the thing. It always, like, anytime like people are like having their like big stories or something, I'm always like, do I want to just like no, I'll just hold back, you know.
Yeah. Should I talk about the Gothic cult murdering that I was a part of? Not a part of, disavow, was wrapped up into? Yeah,
exactly. With the wrong people, it just gets weird and horrible, and you know.
Sure.
So with that said, let's I don't wanna
it's a little heavy. No, that's good. I did not know any of that. So that's thanks for sharing all that.
Was that too much to throw on you?
Not at all. Not on a first date. You're okay.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm saying. I tried to get it out of the way. Don't want to be putting out the wrong vibe. And see, this is the thing, is I want to get it turned into a movie because I've got the connection with these. There's a couple of sisters that do horror movies. Actually, their names are Sylvia Saska, and
yeah, they'd be really interested in it.
They would be like,
yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I love about like the Ripperverse stuff is that like almost any time of the day, right? If you turn on YouTube or Facebook or wherever, do they talk about the Ripperverse on TikTok? Do you think they talk about it over there?
I don't think anybody talks about it except for people that follow Eric July and Friday Night Tights.
Except for us.
Yeah, well, actually, what's funny is I used to say that all the time because like I was like, oh, I don't follow EVS, but I was like, I know more about EVS from his detractors than I ever do, like just like following him because like they know everything about him. Like to me, that's like a super fan, like they know everything. They know shit that I would never even think was a real thing. It's like, well, remember that time? They're like an ex-wife or something. Remember that time where you said this or that, and 7 years ago after we broke up, and it's like, holy shit, dude, get a fucking life.
Yeah,
but whatever, everybody's got their thing.
So that's what I'm saying though, is that like any time of day, you can like escape from whatever you can take a break. Not even escape, but you can take a break from like, you have a hard job or like your family isn't good or I don't know, like you have whatever it is. Maybe you're a soldier. Maybe you're a soldier over there fighting against Russia. Yeah. Fighting the bad guys,
Yeah.
And you need a break, you can go onto the YouTube and you can look up and there'll be people talking about the Ripperverse, laughing about it, making fun of it, pointing out, whatever the latest dumb thing is.
Yeah.
Anytime. You know what I mean? It's just a constant. And like I like that, like because it's just I'm like a big news junkie too. So like I watch all the horrible things that are going on, and so that's some things. Yeah. Like sometimes it's like, you know what, I'm gonna watch and see what's going on with the Ripperverse because I need to take a break from and that's why I like it. You know what I mean? Like it's what does Mindy say here? There's been a Kiwi Farms thread following Comicsgate since its inception. It's about what did I do? It's about 2,000 pages long, I think, maybe 5,000. It documents everything it used to be in favor of Ethan. Every single beef and hypocritical moment has been documented there for anyone to read. Now
I'm sure there's zero bias. I'm sure it's completely truthful, honest, and neutral in its approach as well. So that's good. Yeah,
right. It's well, see, that's what I mean too by saying that Comicsgate is not as much as it is like Ethan and John or Shane or Graham Nolan, Aaron LaPrette, whoever, right? As much as it is them, it's also just as much like whoever's not them, whoever is
it's the guy who's got a YouTube channel, or even the people who don't, but let's say the guy that's got a YouTube channel with 6 views for on every single show for 6 years, that's he still claims Comicsgate. In fact, that person became Critical Blast. So like over time, like there's all kinds of people who have been a part of or are a part of Comicsgate that are never in the limelight. They're never, they never interact in such a big way as to even make a name on Kiwi Farms. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not impressed with we've got a National Enquirer that follows them around, and did you read this headline? Jacko's wacko. It's like, okay,
Exactly. Well, that you're going to have the same audience that like the different things about Ethan that were, you know what I'm saying? If you want to say a non-controversial or just whatever, you know, the things that everyone agrees on. Like they all like Cyberfrog. They all like the Flash. They all like his art. They all like his comedic timing or whatever it is. You know, he said this to Mindy one time and he made her mad. He said this to Vicky. He said this to Smiller and him and Smiller. You know what I mean? Like definitely some of the people like all that drama stuff too. But like,
yes,
all the things that make up Ethan and like the comics beyond that, you know what I mean? Like you can't. That doesn't.
I mean, some of these people will be like, "Oh, did you hear? Ethan went out to eat with his family and didn't hold the door for another person. Oh my God, that guy! Oh, I can't believe it. He's so self-centered and so bad and terrible. Did you hear he has late books? Like, all right, guy.
Rainbow the Brute book is late, and it's about a little fairy guy with rainbows. What is? I thought he doesn't like gays, and that looks
yeah,
like.
I don't know. It sucks because anything you say that doesn't go along with the hate narrative, oh, you're just defending, you know, like I don't even know the guy, you know, I've had one interaction with him really. And I really don't, I mean, maybe one day I'll actually be on a show with him where we can sit and talk and all that stuff. I'd love to. He's funny as shit. And he's obviously got 30 years of experience in this field and all this other stuff. But like as like a terrible guy, I don't know. I maybe I'll see it eventually, and hopefully I don't get caught up in it in the whirlwind. But I don't know. We'll see. So many people want to hate
things he said about your comic. He's Aaron's comic is not good after all. I didn't.
Yeah. Well, Aaron's actually a fucking moron. It's like, oh shit, he's right. It started as a consumer movement. Yeah. That's cool. Right. And the customer service and free market focus. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think it's changed that much. It'd be like, oh, but it has changed because, you know, he doesn't respond to, you know, refunds or whatever it is. It's like, but he's not solely Comicsgate. So I don't know. Okay. One guy. What about the guys that like, you know, who do fulfill on time, who do put out great stuff, who do put out great customer service and all that stuff? What about them? How come they're never highlighted? You know, it's only, Ethan's got late books. Okay, don't fucking buy from him. I don't know what to tell you, you know?
Well, you can almost look at the whole Ripperverse thing as almost like an experiment to see.
This is what I'm talking about. How am I supposed to fact check that he removed every single conservative creator out of the movement? What does that even mean? So, you know, I mean, come on, guys, slow it down. Okay. You can dislike him, but just don't make grand, crazy statements like that because you can't prove any of it. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, is this where they do have the investigations? Is that what DNV they're covering this?
Probably.
Dean and Mickey. I don't know, man. I think if you file a trademark or something and then you own that trademark after fighting for it in court, I think it pretty much makes you the movement. And who knows? See, this is what I'm saying too, is that like, what do you have to do?
Am I allowed to use hashtag Comicsgate? Am I allowed to say that I'm Comicsgate? Yeah. Am I allowed to use it? Am I going to use Comicsgate on my title? Am I going to say Comicsgate Immortal Rising? No, of course not. Nope.
What I was kind of say is that like, what do you have to do to join Comicsgate? Is there like a card? Is there like a monthly due? You know, like do you have to get a tattoo like in a hidden spot or something? You know what I mean? Like,
go. Gotcha. Divinity. Gotcha. Found a hater. All right. Let's see. I have to defend all these now, right? Because I don't go with the narrative. I'm not going to listen to it. Doug Tenapple, his ass will fucking go along with anything that'll get him paid. I don't know Mike S. Miller very well. I can't say. Matt Barr is a screwball, and I don't know Tim Lim, so I don't know what to tell you.
I could.
Can you imagine being around Matt Barr when he fucking freaks out and goes on fucking months of just telling you that you're a pedophile? Like, okay, guy, Like you're clearly fucking level-headed, aren't you?
It was weird. Like he tried to like say stuff about me, but then he said he didn't. But then he started back again, and then he started.
Well,
he
you probably don't quite enough clout for him to actually say anything, right? That's what it'll come down to. And then, but we're supposed to believe that he's a conservative. Why? What makes him conservative? What makes any of those assholes conservatives? Because they say it?
Well,
I don't know what to tell you.
If everyone owns the movement and belongs to the people, then you should be able to print a T-shirt that says Comix, getting on it right, but you can't now that EVS owns it.
Okay, now consider, since you're such a defender of conservatives, somebody takes the Comicsgate title and they put it on pornography. Is that what you want? Since you're putting me as a spokesperson for all this,
sure, I can move you like to the top and me to the bottom.
No, it's just it's like I don't know what to tell these people. If you don't like it, then don't be around it. But here we are, you know. You must be new. There it is. There we go.
Yeah,
I just okay. 3 years. You're right. I just told you I have, I don't know, a couple 100 videos talking with people from Comicsgate. So, you know, that's fine. I don't know what to tell you. I can't. People who absolutely do not like EVS and will fucking stand on that hill, go for it, buddy. I really don't care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like I don't like. That's fine if like they don't. What is that? It's like Mike and Mindy Wheeler. Like I haven't seen any of their comics. Honestly, all I know about them is that they don't like Ethan. Like they make that.
I don't even know that about them. I don't even know them, so I don't know what to say. But clearly, they're here to talk bad about him. So okay, go ahead. I'm not a simp. I'm not a ripetard. I'm not a EVS tard or whatever you want to call it. You know, I'm an individual, and I also claim Comicsgate. So okay, I don't plan on producing anything under a Comicsgate banner, so it doesn't really affect me.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. But it's not.
You should put whatever you want on whatever you want. So you should be able to put child pornography out there under whatever banner you like because it's free speech, right? Just anything's available. All is acceptable because that's conservative. Are you sure that you know what you're talking about?
Well,
I'm not sure that you do.
Well, I know.
No, I'm not going to be sit here and listen to you lecture me when you can't answer what I just said.
Well, okay. I'll if you think he answers,
you tell me that you think it's okay for somebody to produce something with the Comicsgate logo that has a bunch of
right, like
child pornography on it
or stuff. Yeah.
How about that? Tell me that's okay because you're an advocate for free speech, and then I'll say, okay, you win.
It does seem like
claim that you're conservative and you're okay with that. I'll be fine. You win.
Well, see, this is where, like I'm saying with Ethan, like I find him entertaining. I like his comics. I just read it's the one I just read. I just read this one. The White Frog one. The Blood Honey.
Oh, yeah? Are they any good? I don't have any of his books.
I did. That's what I'm saying. Like, I like them. They're definitely.
It's hard to get an honest review out of a lot of people because so many people want to, you know, it's like you get people who hate it. Oh, it's terrible. It's like, is it a comic book? You know, like, come on, dude.
Right. I mean, that's what I mean. It's like his art, like you can't really shake a stick at his art. You know what I mean? Like, there's just nothing. I don't know how well this is going to show up with the light on there.
Clear. Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting I got to turn off my little filter thing.
I see.
Oh, well, so I read it. I think the second one is better. I got the Wreck Planet as well. I think the second one is better. First one is there's a couple things I saw in it that I was like, I don't know, but it wasn't like it's not like a bad comic. It's not like it's you know what I'm saying.
All right, Divinity. You really want to have this conversation? Somebody you feel that is new to CG, and now you want to lecture me on without answering that you're okay with free speech being child pornography with Comixgate as on the logo. You're going to avoid that, but you're going to lecture me on all these things that you have pinned up about EVS. Is that what we're doing? And you're going to say that I'm just going to straw man you because I'm using an extreme. That's not an extreme. That's a clear, easy case of what free speech would be.
Well, I mean, I think I'm willing to give. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to put it on like you too much. Like I'm interested to see because I've seen that they, you know, like I said, often these people complain about Ethan or whatever, and if
that's why they showed up. Obviously, that's fine. They will not answer what I said. They'll say it's a straw man. It's an extreme. No, let me on there so I can be heard. No, just say yes or no.
Well, to be fair, like not to play. I guess I would be playing devil's advocate. It would be illegal.
Here it is. Here we go. Now here comes out the fucking. Here comes the spewing toxic, gross shit. Oh, because here's why I don't like EVS. Okay, I don't care, dude. I really don't give a shit whether or not what you think of the dude. I don't care. I'm not here to defend him.
Right. That's entirely the thing. Is like I don't.
You can't help. They can't help themselves. This is more of this fucking EVS TDS shit.
Right. Me like trying to defend Ethan or like thinking that you.
Why would I? Yeah. Why? I don't care enough.
Exactly. Like I said, I like him. That's fine. But like I don't. It is kind of if my friend Kevin Strange was here, he would explain this as that two men or three men, as Mike wants to turn this, all talking and arguing or debating, however you want to put it, about another man would
exactly
would be gay. Like if like I don't understand. Like if you have a problem with Ethan, that's fine. Go.
Yep.
I did answer it. What did he?
Yep, it's me. You're right. You go ahead and start insulting me now. I don't care, dude. Why don't you go cry on Twitter to EVS personally? Oh, wait, maybe he blocked you because you're crazy? I don't care, dude.
Uh-oh.
What do you want from me?
Oh, geez. Well, it could get worse here.
Probably because they're going to freak out and they're going to not leave it alone. And because I will refuse to give a shit. And it's going to make me have to give a shit.
This isn't Mr. Divinity Comics there, which that's what I'm saying. Like I don't mind talking with them, but I think this person might have.
I've got information, man. New shit has come to light.
Welcoming in. Oh, covered up by the thing. Colonel Carbon Heart, what's up?
I love it. I love it.
Good to see you again, sir.
Hey, Aaron, how you doing, man?
Good so far. How are you?
Okay,
good.
So
there's some controversy going on over here.
I mean, sure, go for it. Well, how about you take the front and center because I'm not going to argue with stupid.
Well, I don't even really know what the argument is, but I saw that there was an argument.
You know, like we put up the carbon signal. Well,
all I can say is, Aaron, how dare you?
Yeah, how
Aaron.
dare I? I can't believe I don't hate EVS for no fucking reason. Like why?
Oh well, if that's what the argument is, then yeah, clearly I'm about to slap
not
down
pedophilia.
somebody.
How about a dude doing this into another man? Is that what you want to see? Is that that's your free speech that you're willing to die for?
Well, I think he's saying that if I understand Mike. I don't want like that's what I'm saying. I don't want to try too much into you know.
There'll never be a they'll always have to backtrack, move the goals, whatever it is, to say that you know that they're right. It'll never be that there'll never be a standard that they'll say, yeah, you're right. That should not be considered free speech. You know, that's gross. I don't want to be associated with Comicsgate if they're going to be having that kind of stuff. But they're not associated with Comicsgate anyways. So who gives a shit?
Right. Well, let me try and sum up his argument for Carbon here to understand kind of where this is what I could follow from Divinity here. From I believe it's Mike. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not trying to get with him. Like I'm trying to figure out what he's saying because he's saying that I can tell you that the guy that sings about Wolverine being gay and getting raped by his father and wearing Doris Day wigs on live streams is far from the conservative leader that you think.
Never said he was.
See that's
that straw man you're talking about, right? Never once even thought that. So thank you.
So he is saying that he doesn't feel that Comicsgate with being in Ethan's control is a good thing for conservative.
Is it supposed to be conservative? I didn't know that.
Yeah, this is kind of the Matt Barr camp that he's taken recently with the whole purity test.
It's supposed to be free speech, but it can only be conservative. Is that the idea?
Yeah, you know, just because a couple of people showed up who obviously were, you know, they had their own kinks and lifestyles, but
it's not.
I made the argument.
What's triggering is that you're making this into a show about your hangups about EVS, and you basically just walk in, you stomp around, and you make a big scene, and you've completely derailed anything else. So thank you for taking up our time.
I think okay, so I think I got the gist. What these people are arguing about, complaining about the purity test with EVS and mainline Comicsgate now, it's so foolish because ultimately, like I said to Matt Barr, we have an audience. Comicsgate has an audience of thousands of people now, which is great, which is awesome. That's the whole point, to build an audience. We're not going to put everyone in the audience through some fucking Spanish Inquisition and go, hey, how do you feel about this? Do you have this habit? Do you have this kink? Do you have this? You know, are you racist or X, Y, and Z? It's retarded. Okay. Yeah. From the beginning, like Aaron just said, it's ultimately about free speech. It's not being beholden to a fucking tyrannical reign of the left, essentially, which happened in comics in the last 20 years, so that we could just make, you know, some pure comics again, or whatever books we want at the end of the day. So anybody bitching, just fucking, you know, cry into your pillow, dude. Cry into your fucking pillow before you go to sleep tonight.
Yeah, you just don't understand, though, Carbon Heart. There is no simpler, more textbook black and white example than I can provide.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. I don't know.
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah. That is
no, why don't you go print that into a textbook and then send me the link to the purchase for that textbook? I'll buy it.
Not allowed by law. So it would happen. Nothing would happen. That one example, okay? I'll give you another one that you tell me until I find that standard where you finally say, no, that's too far. That should be acceptable in society. Like, you know, should we go through it just to please you on a show that has nothing to do with you? But since we said EVS and started talking about him and not shitting on him, it triggered you to start to talk about all this shit. That's where we're at, right?
Basic. Well, yeah, that is.
It's exactly what happened. And they're going to try to say that I'm triggered. Get out of here, dude. Why? Because I'm talking firm.
And then once
again,
again,
have a father.
And then also once again,
no, but EVS, no, but EVS, but EVS, but EVS, guys, but EVS. Okay, go stare at your poster of him and jerk off or whatever you do. I don't care, dude. Oh my God, these people.
That's the other thing. Comicsgate
Twitter,
exists.
I just start scrolling.
It's bigger than EVS, even though, you know, it's hard to imagine because EVS is pretty big. But that's the whole point. I said to Matt Barr once again, once he was going, he was going, "Oh, this is Comicsgate now. This is Comicsgate." And I said, "Stop saying that because this is not what Comicsgate is. You having a fucking gripe with one person is not all of Comicsgate. Comicsgate is everybody making their own books and promoting them on their channels, and a group of a bunch of awesome people. So I don't know these people in the chat who are bitching, but
like Galaxy Stranger. Yes, thank you. Yeah, why don't you go make a go spend your own time bitching about EVS and all the problems that you have with them being gay or whatever, and leave us alone. I don't care. I don't care about your opinion or anything. So
yeah, just fucking move on, guys, because you're really focusing on nothing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Anyways,
so are maybe they trying to pull like a what do you call that? Like a work on us or on me specifically, because I feel like I believe
they don't seem to be Comicsgate fans, so I don't know what to tell you.
Well, no, because I believe that their comic. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I believe that their comics are like they make a lot of, or they have made a lot of like, sort of like satires of Cyberfrog, like. Maybe like, are they the Robotoad people? I think.
Of course, we triggered them. And I'm sorry, Carbon. I didn't mean to talk all over you. It's just dealing with
Adam. That's cool.
No, you didn't. No, it's obviously you were responding to them, but I mean, I feel like I got my point out because look, at the end of the day, they're just wasting their breath.
So
this intellectual debate. Okay, well, you go have one. You go have you make your own show and have an intellectual debate with your man or whatever, your girlfriend. And
I think
and
Aaron,
talk about
at this point, but at this point, Aaron, I think it's just best to ignore them because they're not even making any, they got no solid points. It's just stupidity.
This is their book, though, is what I'm
You're
saying.
right. LOL, you sucked me into a conversation. Okay. Fuck you then. How about that? Talk about that one. Clip that.
Yeah, they make. This is what I'm saying. This is their book. The boobs is their.
Good. I don't even want to see it. I don't even give them airtime. Fuck them.
Really, Ben? This is their book.
That's what I'm saying. I think.
Oh God, this is even worse than I expected. So they're actual losers.
They go
with an actual fucking loser. You know what? I think they should be banned. I mean, that's your call, Ben, but this is just a waste of time with this fucking loser.
Well, no, I like to see people with different, like, because I can't understand. The only thing they have against Ethan is, let me see if I can find a picture of Ethan in like a wig or something.
It's like a black hole, dude. It's like people who got fucking Trump derangement syndrome. Don't ever mention the name Trump. Oh my God, they'll never let it go.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, we're gonna talk about why he's so terrible. I don't care why you think he's terrible. I don't give a fuck.
Look at this guy. Boobs is one of 5 titles. Oh, thanks for that, Divinity. I'll be sure to check out the other.
Why are you so mad, Mindy? Mindy, why are you so mad? Why won't you let it go, Mindy? Come on, Mindy. Why are you so mad? Why are you so triggered?
I'll be sure to check out the other 4 titles. That's only one of 5 titles.
Isn't that right wing? Sorry, I'm sorry.
Let it go, Aaron. Let it go, man. These guys are nothing.
Sure.
This is what has proven that Ethan is not a. I think this is one of the lighter. Him in the blonde wig, I believe is.
Oh yeah. Well, see, that's not for comedic relief at all. So,
Well, I mean, yeah. Where is their satire of the Ripperverse? Yeah, that is a good question, Mr. Galaxy Stranger. Is it Mike Divinity Comics? Can you just It's Mike, right? You're Mike and Mindy Wheeler. I thought you guys lived in Canada, so I didn't really think you had any sort of like valid opinion, being like,
Canadian.
Right. I looked on their Twitter and it said Chicago. So,
oh gosh.
So like if they are citizens, even if they have, they've been hurt by Ethan or whatever.
Definite Kamala voters. Got it.
I always say that once you have haters, it means that you're actually starting to do something right.
Yeah, you made it.
But then now look at this. Once you have an entire movement against you, that means you're doing really well. I mean, shit, you got an entire fucking cult against you. So apparently you're important.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
Okay. Right. No,
it's true. Even your haters, hate is not the opposite of love. Apathy is. So
exactly.
These people came in here and had to give their negative opinions about Ethan. It's hilarious. It really is the funny part, but they won't see it. So,
if you want to see what nothing is, all you gotta do is go check the balance in your Go account, boys.
Yeah, late books. It's like, okay, don't buy from them if you don't like it. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, good.
Anyway, what were you guys talking about tonight? What's been on the docket for tonight?
Well, actually, we were talking about my book for a while, and then we were talking about Dr.Ben's work as well. So we got into like his past and all the other stuff. It's pretty crazy. I'm just glad that you didn't get wrapped up so far into it that you ended up in jail. You didn't, right? Like they just like held you or something, or were you actually like detained?
Yeah,
me or Dr. Ben?
Dr. Ben. Yeah.
Oh,
wait,
okay.
Carbon Heart must not know your story. Is that right?
With the satanic murder. Yeah.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah. It's quite a history he's got
in the future for Carbon. So.
You know what I love? I love whenever I join the stream.
Yeah.
I could tell when Dr. Ben sees me in the back room because he goes, "Oh no."
Oh.
That's his first reaction. His first reaction.
Shit. What's he gonna do?
He found me.
You know
I
what?
don't know how, but he found me.
I did find a video. I forgot about that. I'll find it here. Okay, I got it on your thing. So you want? Well, Carbon already knows about like Immortals Rising, right? Like you already know all the.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, on the Commandos. I remember the book.
Did you order the book, Carbon?
Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Do not be put on the spot. Because then everybody's gonna judge you if you say no. So just don't answer it. It's fine.
I can say yes because I said I'm all in. I'm getting all of it because
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I like it.
I really don't think you
like pushed the wrong way.
I don't think you're gonna regret it. So the art is amazing. If you like the Dragonlance high fantasy stuff, you're gonna enjoy this as well. So because there's really nothing else really out there like Immortal Rising. You got some sword and sorcery books, but nothing that's just tackling the high fantasy. Like, you get into a Final Fantasy game, it's rich setting, a lot of backdrop, factions moving and things happening, and then you single in on one young man or woman, right? And you see their progression of power throughout the story and how they deal with all of the politics that are going on in their setting. That's exactly what I'm shooting for with Immortal Rising. So
it's got that classic RPG feel, like well, Final Fantasy is a great example, but then I don't know if you're familiar with the old school RPGs like Xenogears, which is classic. It's one of the best RPGs ever.
That's what I've heard. I never played it myself. I watched someone play it a little bit at like a party or something. It was pre-party, and then when the party started, we turned it off. But like I'm sitting there watching them play it, and when it was new, so this has got to be
it's
like
a commitment. It's a commitment. Yeah. But anyway, that was the kind of the style of the epic long tail where you're the protagonist, and you're generally starting from small beginnings and expanding into a world encompassing story that takes you basically from the bottom to the top. And I love that. That's what made them so good. But I mean, honestly, I like backing the books of the guys that we meet on the channels.
Yeah,
here
I do
on
that a lot
Commandos.
too. Yeah.
And, no, because it makes sense, because you're on the channels, you're supporting each other mutually, because you coming on is also a support of us, in addition to us supporting
I look
you.
at it as someone who has my own channel. I look at it as like I'm helping, the channel I'm on to create content. Hopefully, I can sell something to their audience, and then also I like to, reciprocate. Come on my show, we'll talk about whatever you got going on. So that's just the way that it has to go. It's got to be reciprocal like that. So yeah, I appreciate it either way.
So I mean, I generally every guy we've met along the way, I back the book, and also even if it's just one copy of it, because it's not that much, $25, $20 to $25. That's basically lunch for one day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
For one day.
I said that too. It's like, a meal at Taco Bell is like, $20 now. So you could buy the $35 tier. It's like, what, one night out or something, or one Starbucks latte. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Thank you, Biden.
Let me show you what not to derail things too much, but
that's all right. It's your show.
I'm thinking of trying to work out an intro for Carbon. And this is
yeah. I'm not familiar with this song.
And neither was I. Hear it? Is it
a little bit?
Yeah, we can hear it. Turn it up.
Are they British? Italian.
Oh, carbonara. It's like pasta carbonara.
Imagine like, oh shit, and then I'll start playing like not the whole thing, but like maybe like
spaghetti.
You know what? I love it, Ben. I love it.
Do it. Well, that's clearly his new intro.
Chicken carbonara. Oh, that sounds good right now.
Man, look at their gear setup. It's a lot for making songs about spaghetti.
What is that supposed to be?
It's Sigma male. Yeah, they don't care. You sing about spaghetti.
I like that they're fighting in the chat. We're waiting.
These dudes fuck.
Wait a second. I think they made up. What? Earlier they're fighting. Or no, back up. Are you going to frog Tony? Now frog Tony? Bang. I think they made up.
Oh, there it is, Carbon.
Yeah, Coca-Cola. Spaghetti.
Okay, so it's a pasta dish, and they're drinking Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Back
Sounds
when
good
it still
to
had
me.
cocaine in it.
I can imagine some cocaine was involved making this song, definitely. Spaghetti.
It's like, guys, no, you don't understand. We're gonna do a song about spaghetti. It's gonna be so avant-garde.
Look, I'm gonna say Coca-Cola. Get it? Yeah.
You know?
The spaghetti. They were just on top of themselves.
Yeah, just high as a kite.
I'm not talking about the band. What?
Oh, Sigma male energy.
Oh,
yeah.
He was talking about me or you. I'm gonna say
us.
It's all
Take it.
Sorry, guys. He's saying that
Divinity Comics.
He is the Sigma male energy.
DC is Divinity
gotcha.
Comics.
Gamma.
You know what's interesting? Speaking of this song that you shared, I saw that there was a video, a song
Imagine
made
crashing a stream about another man. Sorry, what's that? That's not Sigma behavior. It's called Gamma, but whatever. Sorry, Carbon. What were you saying?
It went viral recently that there was a song made in Italy. I don't know exactly when, like in the last, like pop culture recently,
right?
Yeah.
Where they made a pop song, but they wanted it to get big worldwide, so they made it sound like it was in English, but it wasn't. It was actually in gibberish. They
I saw that.
Syllables. They just sang syllables that
Just
sounded like English. And then it worked, and then it became a hit. And even though nobody understood anything in it, so it proves that lyrics don't matter in the song, which I think everyone thought already.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. Look at all the vapid lyrics into songs just today. It's like they don't care. They care about the beat.
Yeah, I feel like as long as the lyrics aren't retarded. And where it stands out to the point where you're like, oh, that's just stupid. As long as just you can ignore it, it works. I feel like that's the deal with lyrics.
Yeah. What about was it Cardi B's WAP? Can we?
Oh,
are those good lyrics or bad lyrics? I don't know.
Well, apparently everyone loved those lyrics.
Ugh, gosh. It's like you remember things called magazines, and they had these magazines called Playboy or Penthouse, and they would be like this section where these people would write they would just write pornography, and that's all these a lot of these modern songs they tend to be. It's like
macaroni and a pot.
Gross. I really don't feel like listening to that.
See that. I do love all the rap and hip hop. Maybe not. I don't like the Satan one, like that Lil Nas X guy with the Satan shoes.
Oh yeah,
I don't like him, but I did. I played.
But you liked his gay song though, right?
Yeah, well, the gay song's okay, but not it's what I was going to say earlier. I completely forgot about this. In 2007,
Divinity, you should probably go talk to Ethan. I agree.
Yeah, I didn't want to not have you on there, Mike, Divinity, Comics guy, but I didn't want to turn. Not talking with you before. I didn't want to start it off with immediately thrown into an argument about Ethan. That was just
right. Clearly, he's got a grudge against, and he should probably go address that with him instead of being a coward on this channel.
Yeah, you want to go mess with Ethan, go troll Ethan if you want to.
What are you here for? You're real. But we're the bad guys. We're the bad guys.
Right. If you don't like Ethan, if you do, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna not like someone if they're like, oh, I hate Ethan. I think it's kind of
you don't understand. There's 5,000 posts about how terrible he is or whatever. It's like, okay.
Well, you know what ends up happening with these people like this is that once you actually start debating them,
it never ends.
You show that what they're actually arguing, they're not arguing any specific point. They just want to argue because you could defeat every point they make. Starts out with, Ethan does this. Oh, well, X, Y, Z. And then they go, oh, well, what about A, B, and C? And then it goes, oh, well,
answer this.
It just keeps on going because they're bitches. They just want to fucking argue.
It doesn't end. Yeah, they've already done that.
There's no point of even engaging with these people.
Yeah,
like Vicky versus the ultimate example of that. She is the worst out of all of them. I think Vicky versus the worst.
Is that right?
Vicky versus the worst. I like that's a good.
I mean, I hope the best for her. I wish the best on her. You know, she seems all right. I think it's weird that she obsesses over a scene that she's not really in. You know, I mean, she is because she bitches so much. But like, I don't think she's a creator, right? She doesn't offer anything.
I think there's some people who the internet should be taken away from. I think the internet should be taken away from some people.
You know, maybe you're right. Maybe the Chinese are right. Maybe there should be a social credit score. Just kidding. Just kidding.
That's how they get you. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Or some kind of demerit system at the very least.
You know, you get tired of the dregs of society, and so they give you a way to get around them. And then, whoops, now I'm in prison too. Anyways.
Or maybe a percentage, because like, let's say if like 80% of the people who Vicky has interacted with has banned her, then at that point, well, no, I mean, let's just say hypothetically, a percentage of everybody she's interacted with has banned her, and let's say it's like 80%. At that point, it's like, okay, you're done. It's like, you know, you shouldn't even.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's like, hey, what are you offering? You know.
And you got to be able to, like, kind of weather criticism. That's I think one of the aspects that people overlook with Comicsgate is that, you know, even just dealing with the Wheelers here, you know, like if you were in the Cartoonist Kayfabe ringside seats Facebook groups, right, and you said not even a tenth of anything that Mike and Mindy, like, complaining about other creators, saying something, this and that, Kiwi Farms, you would be kicked immediately, banned. You're now a white supremacist, racist asshole. You might, and you're hanging out with a Satan murder guy. Like, oh man, like you're on the list.
Well, you know what's interesting? If you pay attention, like specifically on Twitter, over the past few years, and we've all seen this, like, it tends to be that leftists and liberals, they'll ban you or block you immediately upon your first comment that disagrees with them. Even if you're not being hateful, even if you're not technically a troll yet, and you say one thing that like goes against their narrative, immediate block, right? And I've thought about that. It's like, and it's funny because people on the right and conservatives tend to not do that. It's just interesting where we're like, oh, we're not going to block you. We're going to allow you to say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And I think what's the better strategy? Because every now and then I think about it, I'm like, maybe all these retards should be blocked. Maybe they should just be fucking.
I mean, I get it. Into oblivion. Well, because I remember people were bitching about Facebook. And me too. I was one. You know, I got suspended so much on Facebook, I stopped using it. I was like, well, what's the point? I'm never on it anyways. And but I get it. That's their platform. You know, I don't want to listen to. You know, I don't want to. There's things I don't want to see. Like I was saying earlier, there's things that are not acceptable in society, and you know, I want to see conservatives actually start saying that more. Like, start saying that more. Start defending that culture that you keep saying you're in a war over.
Well, this is why they're concerned about who is or isn't gay. Ethan is too gay, not gay enough. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, his voice is a little sometimes, but
in 2017, or well, actually, this is 2016. I was going to see Milo Yiannopoulos, the conservative commentator he's now an ex-gay, he says.
Conservative? I don't know.
He was like one of the main editors at.
He was attacking the left. He was I don't know if he maybe. Like, I'm not gonna shit on Milo too much. I find him very entertaining.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. He was like definitely a conservative circles, at least, like whatever you want. But so I was sharing because I saw him I'm in Ohio, so I went to the RNC in 2016. This was in Cleveland.
Bet you that was lit.
It wasn't that great. I was expecting it to be like fucking wall to wall, like screaming protesters and just
especially in 2016. Yeah.
I went up there. I walked up. I drove up, just parked. Like it was the simplest thing. But I had shared that I was going to see up there, and that Milo was going to be there because he was on his. I think it was the most dangerous faggot tour, is what he was calling it. We're all down. A comics professional hired by Marvel and Image and DC and all of them started sharing, or he started commenting under it and like complaining, tagging other people. Annie Koyama, she's a publisher of indie comics that publishes, the exact kind of like weird, crazy looking art stuff that I publish, not the polished, refined, detailed stuff.
Yeah.
But that was, they canceled me back then. It seems like small, but it's like then you're put onto the list that then they pass around. So like,
in
2020, I quit making comics because I was just like, fuck it, whatever. 2020, I came back because couldn't like work anymore. I broke all my feet, and so I was all laid up. And I thought it was all over. And then I started looking through. I was going to get the Venom comic, right? I remember Venom. They switched writers, Donny Cates and Al Ewing, right? Donny Cates was writing Thor. Al Ewing was writing Hulk, and it was like they both ended and they switched. And I remember my buddy was like all into Hulk, and I was like, "Well, shit, I'm gonna get the new Hulk with them. I'm gonna get the new Venom. And I went to go look to see what's Al Ewing saying about his new comic series. What's he gonna do with Venom? That's gonna be crazy from whatever the last guy did. I'm blocked. I'm like, what? Blocked by Al? I don't even know this. I've never even heard of this writer before that. Never like never wrote about him, never. And that's what I'm saying. It's like you get put onto the blacklist that they pass around through all the different, if you're in Image, Marvel, DC, whatever the major comic companies are. It's it's like whatever it is, a spreadsheet. They're coming after me. Got my name on a list. You don't know what it's like.
I do understand all that stuff. Like I've seen it. Like I follow Owen Benjamin, and I have for years. And I watched him get deplatformed so bad. Patreon, he can't even rent out a house on Airbnb. So it's true. And then what did they do? He conspired with Vox Day, and they started unauthorized TV and stuff like that. They literally start. And then years later, after they started that, had people come on like Razor Fist, Stefan Molyneux, Chuck Dixon, all these people who have been, kind of canceled in their own different ways. I don't know that Razor Fist was, but I thought it was smart for him to kind of go to a place where he can't be. But then the French government, canceled them there because they were like, well, you're a payment processor or whatever it was. So then they had to overcome that. So, when they're like, well, just build your own Facebook. Well, that's exactly what they did. They built their own social outlets. And if that's what you have to do, then that's where we're at, And so I'm not against, like, corporations don't have to necessarily go by whatever you think the First Amendment is, because you sign terms of service in which you agree to, you consent to this or that, you consent to their rules. And if you break those rules, then you can't use their platforms. Completely understandable. It's just hard to build from the rock up, a castle. But meanwhile, all these other outlets, since there's so much Marxism and leftism with a lot of money, they're able to build these corporations. They're able to get they were able to get money from government agencies and all this other stuff to have Facebook and all that other stuff. That's fine. They used to call that the parallel economy was what that kind of stuff used to be called. Now it's kind of a joke. It's like, oh, the parallel economy. What are you talking about? You're still in the economy. But there's actual, when that first started, it was because you had to start a whole other ground up kind of operation just to be heard. And We'll see where things go, but you know, the old way of Facebook, you know, controlling all of speech, you know, is that against their whole, you know, it's free speech, I should be able to say what I want to say? Well, not when you don't consent, you know, or not when you consent to their rules. I mean, so I don't know. It's a quagmire.
The problem is with the parallel economy concept in the last couple of years is that it got completely shot to shit when Eric July and the Daily Wire, they were the ones touting that term a lot because they were creating content that was the alternative of liberal media. However, they didn't make anything good. They didn't make anything that anybody wanted to pay attention to. And it's just true. So then after that, as you notice, it just fizzled out, and everyone now we're back to kind of square one, where it's like, we're kind of just hoping that the liberals don't make much more, because even they realize that woke is dead. Like nobody likes woke media anymore.
The Daily Wire is literally 5 or more years behind the curve. They're actually behind the cutting edge, right? Like people were talking about what is a woman years before, you know, Matt Walsh's fake ass fucking made a video about it, or, you know, like whatever the new one is, right? Like these are topics that he just like picked up because nobody else, you know, I consider Daily Wire mainstream. Nobody else picked up in the mainstream. Meanwhile, if you're not watching anybody that's backed by Israel, you have already seen all of these arguments for years now. Like it's no secret, you know.
I didn't even wear my keffiyeh. Oh my. Mindy raises a good point here, and this is exactly this is exactly what I wanted to bring up earlier too. She says this is why CG is such a wild card. There's so much petty drama to talk about, it derails everyone. Why not just sell books without the hashtag? What is the appeal? The appeal, and this is actually something I saw from you know who Norman Finkelstein is?
Not off the top of my head. I'm not great with names.
Like one of the big free Palestine people, thinkers or whatever. And one of the things he was saying, like, really struck me was he was saying that, like, why does he do this? It's like a hopeless cause, horrible. People hate it, etc. And he's like, because you're like going back against the lie. Like you just feel you're so like incensed by lies. You know, like from the media, the mainstream, the comics, whatever.
I can understand that.
What did I do here? Oh my god! What the fuck? What did I just do? How did I pull this? It's like stuck on this image.
Well, she says, why not just sell books without the hashtag? What is the appeal? I do sell my book without the hashtag, and I sell my book with the hashtag. Why does it matter?
Okay. This is what I was trying to bring up. Is this
I mean, like literally, like why not? Why would it matter if I did or not?
So this, how did I do this? I've got like 50 windows open. I'm just getting crazier. Independent. This is from last year, May and last year. Independent Comic Book Creators Association. Apparently, so this is like old news, but it's still valid, and you'll see what I'm saying when I go through a little bit of this here, right?
Yeah.
It's the they're also talking about Distillery, which is another like kind of like crowdfund startup comic thing, right?
Yeah.
Saying on the other end of publishing spectrum, self-published comics are about to get a leg up in finding a larger audience. ICV2, which is the industry comics list or whatever, like the one that like the retailers use and whatnot, reports on the formation of the Independent Comic Book Creators Association, a creator co-op launching in July that will offer print-on-demand and direct market distribution services for self-published creator-owned comics. So, you know, they'll help you. You can print on demand, market distribution, yourself, you're a small publisher. So, you know, the same thing as like Indiegogo and all that, but it looks like they're adding in printing or whatever, right? Okay. Creators can become members of this for a monthly fee, while participating retailers can order books from the ICB-CA for no additional fee. So, that sounds good. They're going to have a hook up with the retailers, et cetera. They're talking about, okay, we got these services. Blake and Phil are going to provide the printing, the distribution. It sounds like a fun, an optimistic business, right?
Okay.
Working with independent creators, okay. Items will have barcodes, so they're going to get the barcode numbers for you, the ISBN numbers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Not sounding too bad. Lays out the benefits. You get the full access to all these services: solicitation, distribution, direct sales, promotional opportunities, retail blind box, convention stuff. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What is the catch? Why did I bring this up? What is the catch? Update 5/16, 10 a.m. Eastern. We regret to inform you, ICB-CA is Comixgate affiliated. A number of people on Twitter this morning, in response to ICV2's story, have noted that the co-founder of this independent comic book creators association, Phil Avelli. I have no idea who this Phil Avelli is, so maybe Mindy and Mike maybe are concerned with the pedophiles and whatnot, and Puff Daddies and everybody. Maybe that's another anonymous alias for Puff Daddy, Phil Avelli. We don't know.
Yeah, could be.
As recently as last week, he's been releasing his comics through Vox Day's publisher, Archaven. So that tells you all you need to know about the Independent Comic Book Creators Association, Comixgate affiliated. And
nice.
Now I know why. Phil Avelli, who is in charge of posts his comics to Archaven, which is owned by the white supremacist Vox Day. This is from the book. It's proof that he's affiliated with Archaven. Okay.
Would it be better if he was a black supremacist? I don't know.
Yes. And then later, 5 p.m. that same day, ICV2 has removed their story about the company. So that's what the appeal is that Mindy is wondering about. What is the appeal of being in Comixgate or being a part of something that's called Comixgate, that is a customer-oriented group that, mass media, mass corporate publishers have on? Like I said, this is Comics Beat, so this is like one of the main comics websites, right? Comics news website.
Yeah. Okay, Mindy. So there is no appeal.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Mindy, your implication is that there's no appeal. You're right.
What? Is that a
and
straw
Divinity
man?
Comics? There is no appeal at all to being involved with Comixgate, to creating a book and then selling it to the
but they're telling
Comixgate
us what the appeal is. They're giving us that whole. They've constructed their reasoning of what the appeal is without even asking us what it is. I think that's called a straw man. I might be wrong. I'll go check my.
No, but Aaron, I'm answering their question. There's no appeal. None.
I agree.
To going on to any Comixgate streams, to selling your book that you create independently to people who are fans of Comixgate, there's no appeal at all. None. As a matter of fact, you should not come on any Comixgate streams anymore at all.
True. Should not ask to.
It's done. It's over.
That's dead.
No
You're
appeal.
right.
Mindy,
Comixgate is dead.
It's done. Forget it. You're right.
You guys win. You all won.
I'm gonna pray.
There's not thousands of people who look for Comixgate books at all. Nope.
I am going to be very vocal about voting for Kamala Harris now, and also hating Ethan. And hopefully, I'll be able to get in at Image Comics.
Vote Kamala. Yes, thank you, Ben. Vote Kamala. By the way, Mindy, vote Kamala. Vote Kamala Harris.
Like, I already am.
More bombs.
Look, Kamala's the only thing that's going to get us out of this mess of the last 4 years.
See, she's the only rational choice. I mean, we need to turn the page on this administration. Is what it is.
That's right.
Change. Such as the example of Dynamite funding CG a few years back. It was mainstream funded. Oh my gosh!
Oh, no.
Is this documented on TV Farms?
I guess I'm just done. I'm just gonna walk away. Forget the fact that I've had CG fund 2 of my campaigns. Fuck it, I'm done.
These people actually might be retarded. So here's the thing, Mindy, that avatar you have of that blonde chick, right? If you look like that, then I'll forgive you.
It's not a chick.
Okay, but yeah, so if you look like that, I'll forgive you. But chances are you don't, so you can fuck off and die. All right?
Oh, I said something. So, the money's not the appeal. Nope. I'm actually not here for the money. Go figure. That's why I gave back $700 free fucking dollars. Moron.
You did? What?
Yeah. Might have heard about that. I don't know.
I didn't hear the bit that you gave it back to him, but that's
I did. Yeah, I contacted Luke Stone and I was like, dude, can you just return it? And he did immediately, and it was over. And then, fucking old Eric July had to do some sweeping to save face, but it was so funny. You know how many DMs I got where people are like, oh my God, dude, seeing you say that stuff and him acting that way, I'll never buy a book from him again. I was like, okay, I mean, that's cool. I'm glad that I was able to serve in his example to show that he's a fucking jackass and he's not a good man, in my opinion. Like, I would not let him watch my house or my kids or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's trash.
Try selling them. He'd be like, look, I got these 2 white kids and they're cheap as shit. $5. You think he wouldn't do that? He wouldn't. I'm just kidding.
Maybe in the
we got this product to push.
The actual world of the Ripperverse, young Isom might do that, but
young Isom, yeah. Well, back then he would pull up.
Yeah, this is you gotta consider it's 2024.
Yeah.
That'd be 2008. 2008 young Isom. That's what I'm saying. His stuff, every time he puts stuff out, it's just so she's all this time. How long?
Oh my God. Wait, let's do our white girl. Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here. You serious? I know exactly how to talk to a woman. That's why I'm talking to her like this. She clearly shouldn't be on the internet without asking permission.
Well, I think that's their husband and wife. I believe is what it is.
Oh no, I think he was talking about me, Divinity Comics, because I was being very sexist. Because I said if Mindy Wheeler looks like that hot blonde, then she's welcome to do whatever she wants. But if she doesn't, then you can fuck off. And I stand by that 100%.
You should. Excellent. They're just gonna fucking keep spiraling and try to detract.
Well, should I show?
Well, that's cool. I did not know about that site. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Oh, the Kiwi Farms. Yeah, it's
not that. That sounds like a fucking swamp of toxicity. No, the other one, the independent comic book stuff. So.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's gone. Is what the
it's all gone.
That was my understanding of it because I tried to click on the little link to it. Where is it at here?
Yeah.
Yeah, ICBA will launch on their site. And
can't be found.
Looks like this domain isn't connected to a website yet.
Shit.
So that's what I'm saying with this is this was last year, right? Literally last year, a company showed up trying to help creators out. And this is what the industry does. So, I mean, if you want to go along with, Heidi McDonald shutting down small creators, Heidi McDonald shutting down, new publishers.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, they're Comicsgate affiliated. So do you really want to do business with people like that? You want they're with
So I had this chick on my show. It was a terrible interview, but I had her on, and because she had this webtoon comic, and apparently she had won an award or something. That's not why I had her on. I just had her on because I saw she had something, it looked interesting. It was webtoon, whatever. Had her on. It was a very awkward conversation and all this other stuff. It was a couple months later. She saw that I had referenced Comicsgate, or maybe I think Comicsgate or whatever it was, and then she's like, "Oh my god!" in the comments, she's like, "You're Comicsgate," and I'm like, "Yeah," I was like, "This is the most open community that I found on Twitter for comics." She immediately blocked me, dropped me from like a community tab or whatever that I was in, that apparently she ran. Persona non grata immediately. I was like, holy shit. Just because I said that I'm a part of Comicsgate, I was like, apparently I'm in the right spot then, because you're at the cutting edge of a blade, people don't like you. So that's fine.
Yeah. It's basically like Trump derangement syndrome.
It's exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah, because they've heard about it and they know that they're not allowed to be, accepting of it.
Yeah.
Therefore, there's that exaggerated reaction, like, "Oh my god!" Like, really? "Oh my god!" What are we, fucking terrorists? It's insane.
Yeah.
For you to react like that. Otherwise, it's just pure. Yeah, you're falling victim to everyone around you going, "Oh no, that's taboo." So yeah, go fuck yourself.
I need that on a shirt. Would that be acceptable as free speech in normal society? Like, I'll go to an elementary school and I'll say, "Go fuck yourself." It'd be great.
I think where they were getting hung up on with like saying with free speech, and like they're all worried saying with pictures, right? One of the things that I can remember is like a lot of like the Japanese manga and stuff is all, they consider that like, what do they call it? The lolly stuff, or the stuff where it's depictions of kids.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely out there. Japan has got a lot of like really, that's where you can get all the like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan fiction porn stuff, I guess, is all in Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
Turtles? Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything is out there. If you can imagine it, it's out there.
I don't know.
Japan's all fucked up, dude.
Yeah, but
I don't want my kids watching it,
But at the same point, what I'm saying? Like, it's, they've had stuff with that, with like, especially in like the United States, going across the border into Canada, back and forth and whatnot, like where people have had not like the stuff that's like the suit, like actual. That's what I'm saying. It's like a picture or whatever. Anyways, it's such a weird argument or whatever. Anyways, but they've had the stuff where it's just like the characters are in maid outfits, or the characters are at school, and it's not like it's not like anything.
Wait, the Ninja Turtles? Not the Ninja Turtles.
No, not the Ninja Turtles. Just regular like manga stuff.
Okay,
they've had stuff like that going into Canada, coming over to here, where you get like a border guard or whatever it is who decides they got a bug up their butt or whatever, and like, oh, I'm gonna say this is pornography. This is a schoolgirl. That's the schoolgirl thing in Japan. That's a whole other huge thing for them. You know what I'm saying? So like if they see just that, it becomes, oh well, that's obviously sex oriented. When in many of the cases it is not. So that's what I'm saying. It's like you run into the danger of like, okay, well, who gets to decide all of that? And especially if it's comics, if it's just drawings, like how many paintings are there of like all kind? You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many things, like it becomes like such a subjective and like matter of like opinion on stuff and definitions that like I'm not trying to make the, you know what I'm saying, like decide what's what and what's not. You know what I mean? Like That's
well, I know what I find appropriate and for myself and my children. So,
right.
you know, I mean, no matter what, you're going to have to navigate that in life. Yeah, I mean, it's just the way it's going to be. So,
and if Ethan wore a wig, like, does that mean that he's into the lolly stuff, or like
oh shit,
stuff with think about the people.
Kiwi Farms is going to run with that one. Way to go!
The people go crazy about Katie did. They're still fucking with that lady because
meanwhile, these are the same guys who are on Pornhub looking at titles. Teen gets destroyed anally, right, or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Okay, buddy.
Katie did had like there was a scene of her and like a bunch of her friends, and they were looking at
giggling at some inappropriate.
It was like a
drawing or something.
Yeah, it was like Inuyasha, like the manga Inuyasha, where like the main Inuyasha is a half man, half demon dog or something or other, right? And it was like a fan made picture of him as a dog and a woman, and they were together, and they were laughing about it because, you know, it's a humorous image. Like I don't know, like I find bestiality, like, you know what I'm saying, like that what's his name, the Tampon Tim fucking the horses or whatever. Like that's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the level where, like, if you want to start being mad about somebody laughing at, you know, degenerate stuff, like that's definitely degenerate, but I mean that's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be the next.
Well, I can laugh at it, but not with it, Ben. I'll laugh at it, but not with it.
Yeah. I once saw a poster of allegedly a joke about a girl who was trying to milk a bull. She was confused about how long it took. Yeah. So I don't know what to tell you.
What is? Oh boy, he's got a whole list of work.
Yeah, he's ready. He's like, no, but you see, here's the actual legal points. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, man, you go ahead and you indulge in all of that. You go ahead and you buy all that stuff that you think you don't need to care about. You buy it all. And in fact, don't worry about Comicsgate anymore. You go worry about Larry Flint.
Yeah, he's listing court cases. He goes, you know, in the precedent of the people versus the fuck.
Yeah, you're right, dude. You win. And then so you go buy that stuff, and then, you know, you complain because that stuff's not being you know, hashtag Comicsgated. You be that guy. You be the guy that wants more degeneracy while still probably complaining and saying that you are a conservative. Please do that. It'll be great.
On that note, I'm gonna have dinner, guys. It's been great chatting with you.
Right on. Well, that's the guy. I just interviewed Hart Fisher with Strange like last week. He's a cool guy. I like him.
I don't know.
Fun dude. But I didn't get his, like, he had some sort of big deal about, like, he had a shirt that said Marvel can suck my dick or whatever. He would go around the conventions wearing it, like, what do you think about my shirt? Look what it. I didn't really understand, like, all of that. It seemed like he had some sort of long rationale for why that was needed, but
I hope that I'm glad that it makes sense. Good for him.
Court cases only.
Yeah, guys, there's only one of those with a court case, okay? So don't even bring that up.
Larry Wells. Is that Tampon Tim's brother?
Anyway, Dr. Ben, thanks for having me on. It's been great chatting with you guys.
Hey, good seeing you again.
Yeah, absolutely. I will see you guys soon for Commandos on Wednesday.
Oh,
Go take a shower. Get the chat off of you on this one.
I'm gonna have dinner and forget all about this.
Exactly. You can turn off the computer and go do something else.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm watching baseball. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Yeah. See ya.
All right. Yeah, it came out. Oh my
Jeez,
God.
Divinity, you seem triggered. Oh man, I can't believe you're so triggered. Oh my God.
You know who Heartfish? Yes. Editor of his own.
See, this will be an appeal to authority. Is that what we're doing? Oh, you don't know this? Well, you don't know nothing. Okay, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Go to Kiwi Farms. Do a 5,000 post thread about how much you just hate Ethan. You know, I don't care, dude. I really don't. Complain about Comixgate and then not participate, but you still hate it or whatever it is. I don't know, dude. You got some weird fetishes. I don't get it.
All right. I guess I got to pack it up and go home. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all over. It's all over, bro. You don't know nothing. They know everything. We're in the wrong. And there's no way anything that we have to say is going to be anywhere close to being correct. And yeah, they're completely not hypocrites and double speaking and all this other stuff. It's fine.
This has been... Well, I don't even know if I should tell people to buy your comic now.
Yeah, actually, you shouldn't. You should tell them to avoid it. Just don't buy it. It's terrible. It's not for everybody. In fact, it's for nobody because there's not enough pornography in it. There's not enough gay men kissing. There's not enough of that. So I don't know. What is it? Free speech that is not, what kind of free speech are we talking we should include in there? Oh my God. You go ahead and you think with that shit, buddy.
Yeah, so I'll just like I said, this is Immortal Rising #2. I don't know, maybe reconsider. No.
Yeah, don't do it. It's not worth it. I mean, the art's not that great anyways.
Locutus, my creator.
I'm gonna drop out the audio and just do the last little bit here. So I'm guessing it must be that they have a better.
Congratulations.
Oh, here comes some ad hominems. There we go. Because you're obviously not a creator. You're right, buddy.
Yeah,
thank you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being so triggered that you're making yourself look like an ass.
What?
You win, though. You win, guy.
Empress, find my ruby.
Your will is my.
Oh gosh, I love it. Yeah, I really like what Good Stuff did with the trailer. Just the cuts and all that stuff. It was cool. I think the audio is a little potatoey, but he admitted that too. He's like, "Damn it, I'm not an audio guy." So, but that's all right. I like everything he did. And with his studio, like he has his whole family come in and do all the voice acting. So it's really cool.
Where are we?
What are those things? We have to get out of here.
I cannot.
I'm so glad that you could be such a positive force in indie comics, dude. That's great. Thank you.
I do.
That's what we need more of. Is guys like you encouraging the indie scene. Yeah, it's great.
Well, that's what I'm saying with the Divinity Comics fella here is like. I'm like kind of retarded, so it's hard for me to understand like what people are like. What is he trying to say? I've been reading it, and I'm like,
he's trying to say that he doesn't like EVS, and that we should not like EVS either.
Oh, well,
and that Comixgate is terrible because of EVS and EVS. Oh, by the way, did I mention EVS?
No, oh, and he's speak of the devil. There he is. Oh, sorry there, fellas.
Wait, who?
Oh, I didn't.
The devil?
Thank you.
Oh shit, it's over. Oh,
that's the way to do. Yeah.
Yes, young Crowdcast.
Dude, they're gonna spiral for like 2 hours now.
And if not all of us, then maybe it's me.
Well, yeah, I guess maybe it should. Like I said, maybe hang it up.
Yeah, over. You know what? I'm not even gonna. I'm not just going to stop here. I'm just gonna hang it up, dude. I'm not even gonna try making any more comics ever again. Just because Divinity Comics is right. It's all terrible, and I should just stop. It's the way it is.
I was talking. I was talking to who was I? I was on that JJ. You know that JJ Trujillo.
Oh yeah, JJ is great.
I was on his thing the other day, and it came up. I should just start with my comics because, like, that was one of the complaints with Matt Barr about my comics. He didn't like how they look. It's horrible.
Okay.
JJ, kind of like just like what do you call that? Like spitballing. You're just throwing ideas out. What if I start sending out like when I send out the comic, send out like a rusty razor blade with them? Okay, look at the comic. It's horrible. You know what to do. It's
probably just kill yourself. Yeah. Sorry, Minecraft. Yeah, you can't take criticism. You can't take criticism. Okay. You go on with your EVS triggering, and you let us know how it turns out. You write your essay about all that, and you post it on Kiwi Farms. It'll be great.
Cross post it over onto like my Twitter. Tag me in that, and I'll.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can retweet it, and everybody that follows you can know all of it. All the little hangups they have about EVS and Comicsgate. I don't know why they're here, but they felt the need to come here and tell us all this stuff. So
it was a fun show. It was a fun. This I'm glad you've been a fantastic sport, Aaron. I am like I said.
Thanks for having me. I'm actually having a decent time. I know I come off stern and all that stuff, but I'm really having. If I wasn't, I'd be like, dude, I gotta go. So.
Oh yeah. No, you're straight. You're all. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I wanted to have you on after I saw your like my campaign's closing out, so I wanted to like talk to you and just I don't know if my show does any good. Obviously, I get haters to come and.
Well, I appreciate it because like I posted, I think I said something like I'm all out of scheduled shows, and then I picked up like I don't know 3 or 4 shows just happenstance coincidence, and then one of them is you here like, hey, why don't you come on? So anytime that I can come out and talk on shows and network with you guys and with you in particular. And the Commandos in general, because I really like the Commandos, dude. That's great, dude. It's really cool with that. Your opening song and all that shit is great. I love it. The bright got a rank. Like I want to be a part of the Commandos. I want to rank.
Well, I'll
be a semi-returning guy. That would be awesome.
I'm gonna send it up the chain of command and see what we can do.
Yeah. Recruit my ass.
All right. Well, folks, I'll go ahead and let us close. I'm going to close it out. I want to let Aaron get his to. He's got to want to do other things than listen to me. I want to do other things than listen to me.
I like the project, by the way. I'm glad that you're making it, and I look forward to seeing what you do with it, because that is obviously a personal story that needs to be told. So I'm interested, and that's the whole point. I think, in my opinion, that's one of the main draws of an indie scene. Is that personal touch on the stories. I don't get that from Marvel or DC or whatever. So that's why I enjoy indies, and I've only been buying indie comics for I don't know 3 or 4 years now. So it's the way to be.
That's right. Well, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the chat, even the Wheelers. I enjoy the banter with you. I'll talk to you guys.
Thanks for showing up. I'm sorry that we don't agree on some stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like this is.
Please go buy my book and then make fun of it and make videos and like trash it. It'd be great.
Like I said, if it was anywhere else, we wouldn't be able to like figure things out. You know what I mean? Like that's what I like Comicsgate for. Is it is a crowd of people.
Yeah.
Not all of Comicsgate likes Ethan. No. Obviously. But yes, that's something else. Stop by any time, and this is going to be the last time I'm going to be able to play this my exit video here, because I'm going to be, as I said, voting straight Democrat, straight D down the line. So this is my send off for Donald Trump. Last time I'll be able to play this, and encourage everyone subscribe. Can I pull their thing back up?
Yeah. If you don't want to spend money, buy the book, go and you still like it, you don't find me too repulsive, go sub my channel, help me out. I'm at like 390. I'm trying to get to 400. It'd be really nice. Obviously 500 is the real goal, but 400 is a good stop. Go sub me, go follow me on Twitter, all that stuff. I constantly share indie comic projects, a lot of fantasy kind of art and topics, and tabletop as well. I'm a part of that, a little bit of a part of that scene as well. So yeah, fantasy oriented, come see me.
Hell yeah.
I'm in a dungeon.
and it comes right out of a dungeon. You can't get more authentic. Thanks. All right, guy. I'll see you.
Fuck you, James. Sorry.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straightening the curves, flattening the hills. Someday the mountain might get them, but the law never will. Making their way the only way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the law will allow. Just a good old boy, they wouldn't change if they could. Fighting the system like a true modern day Robin Hood.